with Josh Allen. I mean, it goes hand in hand. You know that, and you know this. I don't have to tell you. You know this, Cecil. If we had the old John Elway clip,
my old ringtone.
You know this, Cecil. The efficiency of the ground game only opens up the pass game, and they do not have. It might be the worst collection of wide receivers. I'll say bottom 5 collection of wide receivers in the NFL.
It's like a Tom Brady group of wide receivers.
It is. They're banged up, too, so the starters are not even there. A couple of the starters or playmakers aren't there anymore.
Right. Yeah, and so, like, if you took away the ground game, I would shudder to think what this looks like. And well, hold on a second. We just saw Jacksonville take away the ground game on Sunday. Mm-hmm. What did James kick? He ran for 51 yards or 46 yards or something like that.
Do you know Jacksonville's, and I think Liam McCohen made a mistake that Sean Payton might make as well. I believe Jacksonville, and I did pick Jacksonville in that game. Don't at me, bro.
Me too.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
See, I had the Bills.
You had the Bills.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Josh Allen, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, better offense, better defense, better special teams. Yeah. Josh Allen was the difference.
Jacksonville might be the most dangerous team in the bracket, and they're not in the bracket anymore.
Yeah. Agreed. Their performance on Sunday against Buffalo, I think, would have beat almost every AFC playoff team.
Liam Cohen dummied up, though, as a playoff coach by stopping running the ball.
Yes. Agreed.
Travis Etienne was killing him. Bashal Tutin was killing him. You could have kept running the ball, and the problem is they don't have J.K. Dobbins. If they had J.K. Dobbins, dude, you think I'm insufferable? I'd be even way more insufferable talking about the Bills got no chance if J.K. Dobbins was out there because Sean would run the ball. My fear, because playoff football is about two things. Run the ball, stop the run.
Yep.
Broncos can do one of those things, and it's stop the run. They need to run the ball. This needs to be R.J. Harvey's breakout game, and I'm not sure it's going to be.
Well, I said that to Phil yesterday. I said, had Liam Cohen just stuck to the run, I think the Bills win. He was forcefully, excuse me, that Jacksonville would have won. They averaged 6.7 yards per carry, and they lost. And so
is this more of Sean Payton needs to get out of his own way type of thing going into this game, or is it like Cease, maybe you don't trust R.J. Harvey enough to truly be consistent on the ground?
I talked to Joe Lombardi yesterday about the hot hand, and I thought his answer was, hey, we do a committee. Okay, God. Because if Jalil's getting like 6 yards a carry and RJ's getting 3, Jalil needs more, and I'm not sure that they'll give him more. I think they think there's this limit on Jalil, like he can only have 6 carries. Why not 12 carries? It's the playoffs. You can't leave anything off the table. You have to use it all, especially against a team like Buffalo.
Yeah, and going back to, and by the way, I'm fully on board with Jalil starting. I said 10 days ago, we talked about it. This was before Wild Card Weekend. I think Jalil needs to start. We had this conversation after JK initially went down 6 weeks ago or whatever it was. But back to the offensive line thing.
Yeah, the size thing.
Yeah. And I heard, our morning show brought it up, and Mike, read a text from someone that said, Zach By said, well, first of all, I got to tell you this. I tried to count how many times they said my name.
The morning show talks about you.
Dude.
We talked about
Hold on. They didn't even talk about the matchup. I listened to, so check this out. I counted 21 times that I had my name said on their show. Here's the punchline. I listened to only hour 1.
6 a.m.?
21 times between 6 and 7 a.m. Here's the kicker. We take commercial breaks.
Yeah.
So they're on the air for about 39 minutes. They said my name 20. I cannot.
Every other minute.
Now I cannot imagine saying another man's name 21 times in 1 hour.
That's why
I just can't. I'm being literal. I cannot imagine doing that.
Well, and that's why I told.
I'm sure you could do it with Josh.
That's why I told our listeners. I said I'm going to talk to ZB about this offensive line thing because I heard it secondhand. I'm like, I didn't catch the offensive line thing, so I want to know from ZB because the Broncos' defensive line is always undersized.
Yeah, so check this out. I brought the morning show up because I heard Mike read a text, and so Mike didn't listen to the show, and he's
so it's him. Zach said something.
Correct, and of anyone to know that to read these text messages on the radio, to be in the business, it's the ultimate telephone business that we're in.
Yeah.
Of hey, this guy said this. Like, wait, you go back, that's not what he said at all.
It's not the full story.
So he quoted a texter that said Zach By said that the Bills offensive line was 200 pounds heavier and that the Broncos, quote, had no shot. And I'm like, could you imagine me coming on the air saying the Broncos?
You wouldn't say that.
Come on, goodness gracious. But Mike is reading this text. And so
taking it as gospel, by the way.
but it's just, well, when you don't have a plan, you just read the text line. So look. But here's the thing. And even Stokely said, well, that doesn't matter that they're bigger. Well, hold on a second. We watched the matchup. This is a rematch from a year ago. That was the biggest dynamic in the football game, was Buffalo's offensive line pushing the Broncos' defensive line up and down the football field.
They got wore out.
Clearly, they ran for over 200 yards. That was the number one dynamic. So I thought it was relevant to shine light on the fact that Deion Dawkins is 80 pounds heavier than Nick Bonito, and there's not one size advantage, but it equals 229 pounds difference. Broncos are sometimes outweighed against these other offensive lines, but not to this degree. This is an unusually big offensive line
with the identity of just going straight at you.
Yes, and the thing is, it's an unusually big offensive line, but it was the number one dynamic in the game. So to dismiss it as irrelevant, I brought it up to say Vance Joseph needs to come up with a plan to counteract this, because we've seen this movie before, and if the same dynamic exists, the Broncos could be a one and done here in the playoffs.
There's a YouTube channel called Think Football that just broke down the Broncos defense. I'll send you the link, talking about the 5-man front that Vance Joseph uses and how that can be advantageous. But I'll leave you with this, fellas, and it comes from our YouTube chat, so it's not mine. But I thought it was fascinating. And it's my question. I don't have the answer, but I'd love to hear you guys talk about it. Did Buffalo expend everything to beat Jacksonville?
Maybe so.
Because I always say, like with the Nuggets, I don't want them going 7 games with San Antonio before they go 7 games with OKC.
I like that.
So did Buffalo do everything?
Yeah.
Because it was Josh Allen.
It was so physical.
Him.
It was such a physical football game.
It was. But see, the thing I would say with that is, you had Jacksonville that shut down the run. We know that the Bills are going to come in here with the mindset of, let's run the ball. Now, if you stop the run in this game because they exerted so much energy and they don't have some of their players because they're banged up, that's the upper hand for the Broncos. So I'm with you guys. Like, yes, like it took everything to beat Jacksonville. But the one thing that the Bills still have is that damn run game. If we can't stop it, it's going to be a long game.
Run game travels.
Well, this is the first and second best run defenses in the NFL. Jacksonville, number 1. Denver Broncos, number 2. They have to be stout, or things could get tricky on Saturday afternoon. And I'm so glad that we started there, because there's something in football that rarely gets the headlines, but Broncos and Bills may be defined by it on Saturday. That's next.
As the top seed in the AFC, are the Broncos being shown enough respect?
This team can play with anyone. They can play with anyone. So we can't forget, this is a 14-3 football team also. So I think some people have forgotten that. But I'm fired up, and I like this team, and I like their chances this week.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com.
On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we've fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, January 15th. 2026, just about almost exactly 48 hours before kickoff between the Bills and the Denver Broncos. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on? 48 hours and counting. That is crazy. I just remember, and it's different now because it's, there we go. It's different now because it's playoff time. But 48 hours, you know that you're kind of at the end of game planning. So you're going to do some third down work, some goal line, brush up on a couple plays that you might put in later on throughout this next couple hours, and then now it's time to go. Watch a couple more clips on who you're getting ready to play. Go and get some treatment, some rehab, put your headphones in, get in that mode. And good thing about the Denver Broncos, Z, is they don't have to travel.
Right.
So you get a little bit more free time, a little bit more time with your loved ones, love them up, and then you go to work. It's almost about that time. So, man, I can't even imagine how Bo Nix and that team is feeling.
Oh, my gosh. Butterflies abound, I would imagine, in the best kind of way. Best kind of way. You know, I'll ask my little 7-year-olds, say, hey, raise your hand. This is before the game. Say, hey, raise your hand if you're nervous. And all the kids will raise their hand. And I said, I'm nervous too. I said, that's good.
You need to be nervous a little bit.
Because it matters to you. You know, my high school coach used to always tell me that you're nervous because it matters so much to you.
Yeah.
And so, this is hysterically fun. We have a really fun show planned for you guys. Real quick, Dante Gomez. Now, I don't know what to think here. Now, Dante Gomez has, how about this sentence? Bought me a gift. Dante Gomez, behind the glass, has bought me a gift.
Now, he bought you a gift after you guys had a heated debate.
Yes, we had a heated argument last Friday before Oregon and Indiana over Kurt Signetti and whether he's a great coach or not. And some things were said, and we really got into it. And so
you got me yelling now. Man!
And so I don't know if this is anthrax or what, but he just dropped it off in here before we turned the mics on. And doctor. Doctor, I just got a flash of what this is, and I know what this is because I've already looked at it online to buy it for myself.
You're lying.
No.
Okay,
and so if you want to see this, hold on, I'm going to pull it up in a second. If you want to see what this is, you can go to DenverSports.com, and we are streaming live there on the website. Okay, DenverSports.com. We have our cameras in here. We got lights in here now. Really awesome setup here. Shout out to our team behind the scenes making this all happen.
Feel like we're in Hollywood.
But this is a shirt. I'm holding a shirt, and I'm unfolding it. And it is
that's cute.
It is a Kurt Signetti shirt, and it says Signetti, but it's almost so. This is like is this like a Marlboro? Yeah, this is like a Marlboro. Logo, like a cigarette, right? He's Sig, coaching in the Sig 10, and it's a Kurt Signetti shirt. Dante, man, you just made my day. How drunk were you when you ordered this shirt?
Fairly, I would say.
Fairly.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
It was
so
one of those
much,
where the
man.
next day I woke up and I was like, "Did I order that shirt last night?" And I did. So I'm happy I got it for you. I'm happy you like it. I'm happy you already were looking at it too.
Yeah, I literally.
So you have to wear it here. What, tomorrow? Tomorrow, because the game here is
I think I want to wear it today.
Oh, you're gonna wear it today?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on in the commercial break. Dante,
Uncle Sig is gonna be proud of you,
dude. Thank you so much, man. You just made my day. Thank you very much.
No problem. I'm happy you like it. I told you in the text that I was because you said something about like hopefully it's an actual gift, and I was like, no, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Well, I don't. You're texting at like close to midnight or whatever it was. Hey, I just bought Zach a gift. I'm like, this is gonna be like some exploding clown face or something. Like it's gonna embarrass me.
Shirt, hey,
yes,
take that.
yes. But that just made my day. A Kurt Signetti shirt. That is
Look at
awesome.
that. Look at that.
All right, I'm gonna throw that on during the break. So
make sure you do.
Anytime you're tuning in, DenverSports.com here, I'm gonna have that shirt on
when
here.
You're making Sigs and pancakes, make sure you're wearing that shirt now, Zach.
Man, oh man, that is awesome. Appreciate that very much. Hey, so I said going into the break, I said there's something in football that rarely gets the headlines, but Broncos and Bills may be defined by it on Saturday. Okay, I'm talking about. It's not sexy. You won't see it on the bottom of the screen on First Take and what they're debating about.
We don't need to be sexy.
It's not going to lead Sports Center.
Just needs to work.
I'm talking about short yardage situations. Short yardage situations. And in some ways, you can look back at the Buffalo-Jacksonville game on last Sunday and say, man, that game was partially defined by short yardage situations.
Oh, it's so important.
And this is why they say football is a game of what?
Inches.
That's
why it's important. And before you go, like a little example of it, Houston Texans versus Denver Broncos, red zone. The 1 yard line, where Houston was trying to punch it in, couldn't get in there. Right? It's that football is a game of inches. It was 3rd down. They tried it again. Couldn't get in. I want to say it was 4th down. They tried it. Couldn't get in. So it matters. Short yards matter. And I always bring this up. Being on a football team before, when you're game planning, you have a day where you go over short yardage situations. And you're going to have a handful of plays of what you're going to do against that team. Specifically here, the Buffalo Bills. What are you going to do against a team that you can run on so that you can pick up that 1st down, move the chains, have a fresh set of downs?
Well, Buffalo converted both of their 4th and short attempts against Jacksonville, and they actually went 4 for 5 on 3rd down conversions of 4 yards or fewer.
That's money right there.
Buffalo was 5th in the NFL this season in third down rate in those same scenarios, okay? Those third or fourth down with less than 4 yards to go. This was a top 5 team in those exact situations. Denver, and I believe, was this from Cosmiter, Drew? Was this information from Cosmiter? I just want to know, or if you forget, because this was in Tuesday's notes, the short yardage situations. I think it was Cosmiter. I just want to give whoever credit that deserves it. But the Broncos ranked 8th defensively this season in third and short efficiency, with opponents converting about 50% of their attempts when needing 4 yards or fewer. So basically what I'm trying to say is this is just another dynamic between Denver and Buffalo where it's good on good.
Good on good.
Buffalo's one of the best in the league at this, converting these short yardage situations, and Denver is top 10. So it's like top 5 for Buffalo converting the third or fourth and short. Denver's top 10 in limiting those opponents in third or fourth and short.
So what it's saying and what it's telling the Denver Broncos what they need to do is they need to make it third and long for the Buffalo Bills if they can. Force Josh Allen to beat him with his arm. Okay, don't let it be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1 where Josh Allen can get under center with this big offensive line we've been talking about and move the chains that way, or just hand it off to the running back who has led the league this year in rushing. All right, you want to make it 3rd and long where you know that you have made them one-sided. You know they have no choice but to pass the ball, and now those pass rushers can pin their ears back and go and get Josh Allen. It cannot be a game where you let Josh stay ahead of the chains, and now it's always 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and now they methodically go down the field like we like to do and score a touchdown. Make it 3rd and long, force a little bit more pressure on a banged-up Josh Allen.
All right, man, just put that in your back pocket as a dynamic to – just keep one eye on Saturday afternoon. Okay, what is Josh Allen saying about his health heading into this weekend, and what are his thoughts on this Broncos defense? You'll hear from him next.
Will Sean Payton's offense come out swinging after a long break? Will the Broncos defense avenge the blowout loss to the Bills last postseason? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, fellas, quick timeout from the game talk. If your body's moving like it's in the fourth quarter, but you're in your 30s and 40s, then something's off. If you're gassed by noon, falling asleep before the late game, or hitting the gym, but you just don't feel the same after hitting the gym, it might not be your age. It might be low testosterone that you're dealing with. And here's a stat line. Early to mid-30s, guys start to lose 2 to 3% of their testosterone every year. It happens gradually, but before you know it, you're down and out. Do not do that to yourself. All right, you guys need to go see my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because they're experts in treating low T and other men's sexual health conditions. And most guys out there will start to feel the treatments work fast. And you're going to feel more energy, better workouts, better sleep, and yeah, that sex drive that everybody deserves to have will be significantly enhanced as well. All I need you to do is take the low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. After that, they're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. You get to the office and things don't go right, the visit is going to be free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you as well, so there are no excuses. All right, you can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt. Eliminate the stress and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December, guys. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That's a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. Guys, that's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000. 888-957-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is nice because you can just keep doing you. So keep on using that broken phone charger because it occasionally works. Keep quoting something you heard on a podcast as your own. Keep ignoring your sister's texts while you drive and after. And when baggage claim says, have a great trip, keep on saying, you too. And keep driving safely. And you could save with Snapshot from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What is Josh Allen saying about his health heading into the weekend, and what are his thoughts on this Broncos defense? Josh Allen speaking to the media yesterday.
Let's hear it, Josh. Iron Man Josh Allen. How you feeling, buddy?
Shout out to our guy John Simmer in the morning, slicing all this audio up and disseminating it to the rest of the station. Want to give him a quick shout out. Here is Josh Allen. Hey, how you feeling, bud?
I feel good. Honestly, I feel better than I have the last few weeks. I know it's a Tuesday for us, but on a Wednesday type mindset. So, feel good.
Doesn't he have he has a very small town, folksy way about him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I got to meet him multiple times. We were in a car together for a award ceremony. His parents are awesome, and he's just down to earth. He's not this. Now he has a wife that's a movie actor and all that, but you wouldn't think that's the type of guy he is. He just kind of goes about his business. You know, he's a franchise quarterback, so everybody is going to always have all eyes on him, and he just does his thing, man. Really good dude.
But him saying, hey, I feel pretty good. I actually feel better than I felt lately.
Now, Joshua is lying on that one.
You think so?
Oh, come on, Zach. Yeah. The dude is beat up. He was grabbing at his knee. I thought he tore his knee, the head. Okay, his brain shook a couple times. You got the pinky, and yet you're feeling good. I know they haven't put the drugs in you yet. It's too early. They have to put that night before the game. They're going to give you some pills. So I just think that he doesn't want to give any type of noise over here where we could take advantage of it or the team could take advantage of it and go after him. He knows that he has to play well. He knows that everybody's looking at him like he's Superman. So if he goes out there and he says he has a chink in his armor, everybody's going to attack him.
Sure. Here is a little bit more from the reigning MVP.
Obviously, country boy, out in the middle of nowhere. My worst fear as a kid was missing games. Like, even when I got in trouble, my parents would threaten, like, missing a game and not playing in it. And I was like, all right, I'll behave, So, I don't know. I just love being out there.
You can say a lot about Josh Allen. And there's, I've heard a lot of disrespectful stuff here, obviously. And it makes sense, right? It makes sense. It's a playoff matchup.
This is it. Let's go. We're going to battle here.
And look, sports hate is good. Like sports hate, like this is partly what makes it fun, right? And now there's a difference. There's a difference because, and I can tell you this, I've received a couple like just flat out ugly messages on social media. Just
like
ugly.
Recently?
Yes, here in the last 24 hours. Just nasty. That stuff is. I wouldn't be able to read it on the air. I'll tell you that. But the sports hate, like giving someone a hard time, like like that's sports hate. That's good. That's fun. But you can say whatever you want about Josh. This guy is as available as any quarterback in the history of the sport, and stylistically, that should not be the case because he plays a brand of football that is never say die.
Yeah.
17 starts this year, 17 last year, 17 the year before that, 16 the year before that. 17 the year before that, 16 the year before that, 16 the year before that. I mean, the guy has started over 100 consecutive games in the NFL.
You talk about consistency. That's consistent, right? It's waking up every day. Even when you don't want to go to practice, you go to practice. Even when you know you're banged up and that next time that you take a hit, it may be the last time that you get to be on that football field for a little while because you get hurt. He's still out there, and that's a mentality thing. And a lot of players in today's game, Z, they don't have that, especially once you make the money. Once you make the money in this league, it's like, hey, when I'm healthy, I will play.
Yeah, pick and choose.
Now, when I'm hurt, I'm hurt. And I understand if you're hurt, you're not, a lot of times, you're not going to be better than your second string guy when you're banged up and you're hurt. So you need to take the time to heal up so that you can be the best version of yourself. But sometimes you have to look at yourself and say, are you hurt or are you just kind of hurting? Okay, if you're hurting but you can go out there and produce at a high level, you need to be out there. And I've been around a couple of players that I know did not play that should have played to help us win the game, but mentally they weren't tough enough to do that.
Juwan James,
I mean, he's one that's out there and rubbed a lot of players the wrong way because we truly needed him, right? Getting paid all that money, you're a right tackle. Selfishly for me, it's like I want all the starting linemen out there to help me try to get to 1,000 yards. Of course. And for Juwan, it's like we're out here. All right, it's COVID time.
Right.
Yeah, everybody is nervous. We don't know what's going on. Our families don't know what's going on. We know that we can catch this and give it to our little ones, but yet we're here every day practicing, going at it. You show up. See, Juwan showed up for the first day.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, and then the next day we go to practice, and we're like, where's Juwan at? And he I guess he went up to the front office and said he wants to forfeit this year because you were allowed to at a certain time. And so I want to say that's when we brought in DeMar Dotson.
Yeah.
I think that's when he brought, he came in.
So do you think, and this is total side conversation here, rabbit hole, but like, so I had already been hearing that like, man, he was getting real like side eyes from teammates of like what is going on with this dude? Do you think that when he came back to the facility, he felt some of that energy and then responded with, okay, bet.
Most definitely, because Juwan the year before, because I think he was there for 2 years with us. I'm correct,
I believe so.
The year before, he was banged up, right? He was hurt. It was like I think he played in maybe 1 or 2 games, and so. But then you would see him in the locker room, and it's like he in.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting our asses kicked out there on Sundays.
Right.
We need you.
Right.
You're a big money guy, a big lineman that actually, when you are healthy, you do a really good job, but you're never available. But you're in here, he in with us. But then we got to go out there and get our asses kicked.
Right.
And so I think as time went on, it wears on you. And then you get into the next year, new team, right? We're excited. We think we have a chance. And our starting tackle decides to opt out of the COVID year. So now you're already starting off on the wrong foot.
Yeah. All right. Gosh, I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
That was like fascinating in like a morbid kind of way to follow. Here is more from Josh Allen on the banged up wide receiver room.
Obviously, not an ideal situation, but I still trust that room completely. Whoever we bring up needs to step up, and we have full confidence that they will. This week is going to be very important throughout the practices that we have, of making sure that we're getting on the same page with timing and just understanding where guys can go. Try to utilize their strengths to the best of our abilities.
And so you look at their room. Gabe Davis, torn ACL. Yeah. Terrell Shavers, torn ACL. Joshua Palmer, he's been on IR. Curtis Samuel, he's been on IR. Although
he's coming
we'll
back.
Keep our eye on that one. Yeah,
I heard he was at practice the other day.
So you're looking at Khalil Shakir, okay, which I'm not sure if he walked into this room right now, if anyone would recognize him.
I'll tell you what, man, that man's explosive. Though.
He is.
I love the way that he's able to get out and stuff. And he's not a big name, not a big dude, but he will make you miss and he will make you pay if you don't tackle.
He's twitchy.
Up. Really, really twitchy.
Then you have Brandon Cooks.
Cookie.
And then the enigma, Keon Coleman, which you're just never sure what you're going to get with Keon Coleman. I think this game is going to come down to tight ends and running backs for Buffalo. Tight ends and running backs. That's going to be, I think, the way that they try to skin this cat. And we have seen the Broncos, while it doesn't feel like it's been as bad here in recent, like this year, but in recent years, covering that middle of the football field, these tight ends and linebackers trying to cover and trying to stay sticky on running backs.
This is where like the pass rush has to mirror up with the coverage. This is where like you play a lot of man and you get isolated on a tight end or a running back that's very athletic and you have linebackers that are not. That's a mismatch. So it's going to be very important for that pass rush. John Franklin Myers, Zach Gallen, Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, they have to get pressure on Josh Allen. They have to make Josh make a bad decision or a quick decision. And also, don't let him get outside of you where they can create the scramble drill. Right? It's just harder for defensive players to hang with these receivers and tight ends on scramble drill.
Yep, and that's where Josh thrives, in that scramble drill setting, that second act, if you will. Here is Josh Allen giving his thoughts on this Denver Broncos defense.
They've got some absolute studs over there. Obviously, they rush the passer extremely well. Interior, they're, again, some big, stout guys that can really push the pocket. And they could stop the run in the back end, too. A guy like Pat Surtain, who was Defensive Player of the Year last year, is an absolutely fantastic football player.
So a ton of respect, and that's what I expect from. He's never going to give you billboard material. He's going to say all the right things. But the thing is, what he's saying is true, right? It's like he's meeting the moment, verbally, because this defense is for real.
And you know what? He might be having flashbacks of Houston Texans game.
They beat him up.
They beat him up really, really good. And so it's like if this is kind of like the Houston Texans game, and this defense is just like Houston's, maybe a little bit better, people out there think. Like, it could be a rough day for me if I can't hold up, or if the offensive line cannot hold up and I can't get this ball off fast enough.
Well, I'll give you this piece of information that you're only going to hear here. The average time to throw from Josh Allen in the wild card round was 2.4 seconds. That was the fastest of any quarterback in the wild card round. Expect quick game. I do not believe that Josh Allen is going to be doing some 7-step drops, hanging out in the backfield, waiting for these long developing routes. I think they're going to snap it and get that ball out of his hands quicker than a hiccup.
And there you go. Tight ends, running backs, all right, receivers with the screens, running backs with the screens, anything just to get the ball out of your hands, get it in your playmaker's hands, and methodically try to move down the field and then open up for an explosive play later on in the game as you lull a defense to sleep. So this is going to be a great matchup, Zach. I'm excited, man. And the athletic defense, one of the best in the league, if not the best, with the Denver Broncos, going up against a stout unit offensively that wants to run it down your throat.
All right, there's something that the Broncos will have on Saturday that Buffalo simply cannot prep for. That's next.
Will R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin find success in the run game? How will Vance Joseph slow down Josh Allen? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station, starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, it's a brand new year. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And you know you need a diamond if you're ready for all that. So let me save you time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or finally just doing something for yourself for once, this is where it all begins at Williams Jewelers. This new year, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you walk through one of those doors.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
I lost 60 pounds with soda, and the weight came off naturally. The biggest difference was having my own nutritionist, someone I could text anytime with questions. SodaWeightLoss.com. They deliver fast, easy, convenient weight loss with no hunger, no guesswork, and clients routinely look and feel 10 years younger. That's why they have nearly 9,000 positive Google reviews and thousands of before and after photos to prove it. And right now, join Soda, and your partner joins for free. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Colorado roads are icy. Accidents happen. When they do, you're in luck with Flanagan Law. I'm Samantha, the personal injury lawyer who stands out from the rest of the guys. Look for the Shamrock. Flanagan Law, your advocate when it matters most.
Download to see if you qualify for Albert Instant Advance. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription is required for Instant Advance. Please see the Albert app or albert.com for subscription pricing. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? You can get up to a $1,000 advance fast to pay for car repairs, bills, rent, groceries, whatever you need. Plus, Albert can help you find ways to save and give you a custom budget to actually grow your money.
Albert can get me up to $1,000?
Exactly. But they do more than get you up to $1,000. Albert is your financial assistant, helping you budget, save, and spotting you money in a pinch.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000 for your bills, rent, groceries, and more. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000. Use code PLAN to get up to $1,000.
Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
All right, there's something that the Broncos will have on Saturday, less than officially 48 hours from now, that Buffalo simply cannot prep for.
That belt to ass, that leather. You can't prep for it. Zach, believe me, every day when I was a kid and I did something wrong, I'm gonna put the pillows there. That's not gonna work.
Get that wallet back there.
I'm gonna just like get numb to it right now so it doesn't hurt as bad. Oh no, that doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I lived that life too, man.
You lived that lifestyle.
My mom used to whoop us, man. I told you that.
Yeah.
We had a carpenter in the church. Brother Nelson. He made a freaking paddle for my mom, and it was like 1.5 feet long, like legit.
Had you and your brother's name on it.
Dude, and eventually it broke. I mean, over the years.
Oh!
Over the years. Yes. God almighty,
So
man.
you can't prep for
My
that.
mom used to take her shoe off. She would take her shoe off if she had to pull me and my brother, like, out of church. And, like, because we'd be goofing off.
Yeah.
And I think I told you this before. Like, once in a while, there'd be, like, someone that would want to go up there and sing. You know, Sister Felicia, she wants to go up there and sing Amazing Grace.
Oh, no.
and me and my brother would be laughing.
Felicia.
Me and my brother would be laughing, and then we duck our heads where we couldn't be visible with the pews because we know that we're laughing. And, we'd be like 8 and 9 years old. My mom would come, drag us to the back of the church, take her shoe off, and whoop us.
Like, Mom, it's not our fault. Sister Felicia can't sing?
Oh, my God almighty. Oh, Lord. So there's something that the Broncos will have on Sunday that Buffalo simply cannot prep for. And I really got my first taste of this last month because I had been going to Bronco games. I go to like one game a year.
Yeah.
But I had never heard Mile High the way I heard it in Week 15 against the Green Bay Packers. It was deafening to a degree that was like, holy smokes. I've been in loud, of course, you know what I mean? Like I've been in championship environments and, watch teams clinch championships and be in the building and be blessed enough to be there. But
it's loud then too.
Totally. Oh, totally. But what I heard, that little taste test that I got against the Packers was like, whoa. Like just the awareness level of just the deafening nature of Mile High. And you can crank the music up and crank the white noise and the crowd noise and practice and try to replicate it. It's just you cannot.
No, you can't replicate it. You just have to embrace it. If you're somebody like the Buffalo Bills, you are not going to be able to hear a thing. So hopefully you're working on your silent count because that's the only thing that you're going to be able to do to help yourself out is put the silent count on, put 2 hands up to try to get the defense to jump off sides because they think it's on one hand. But for Broncos country, I mean, it's just like they're in it. They're in the thick of things. And even as a player and playing there, it hasn't been as loud as it is now. And it's because we're playing for something now.
Right.
It's not just like, hey, it's our team and we're going to represent our team no matter if they're good or bad. It's we have a chance to win a Super Bowl again. We have a chance to bring back the feelings of when we had Peyton Manning, when we had the Super Bowl 50 defense. And now we're here. We have 2 games to get to a Super Bowl. Home field advantage. We have to take advantage of it, and it's an advantage that I know Sean says the myth thing, but it's true. Like home field advantage will help you out, especially in the fourth quarter with the altitude and how ballistic this fan base can get and how loud it can get. It can mess up a play. It can mess up a mindset and help our defense out.
Well, here's Sean Payton once again coaching up this crowd. Listen to the emphasis that he's putting on some of these words here and trying to drive his point across.
I think, I keep saying this, for years we were conditioned to raise the noise level when they broke the huddle. The noise level needs to be loudest when they enter the huddle. And then can you do that? Hey, can we do that collectively for 120? No, I don't need it. I just need it for half the snaps in the game, right? So say 65 snaps, 10 seconds. That's a huge advantage.
He is coaching this crowd. This is now the third time. This is the third time this season where he has said, I don't need, he's not saying I don't need you to be loud when they break the huddle because he wants you to be loud then.
He wants you to go crazy.
But he is emphasizing the most important time to use your voice at Mile High is when they are trying to get the play in, not when they break the huddle and go to the line of scrimmage.
Let's get loud even before that, when the coach has his sheet up to his mouth so that he can try to hear himself talk. And now you have Josh Allen that has to put his hands on his ear so that he can try to hear what's going on in his mic.
Yep.
That's when you're supposed to get loud. So that now when Josh goes back to the huddle, it's like, damn, I can't hear a thing. I don't know what they want done. So now I'm gonna have to make up my own play. Now he's making up his own play that he thinks is going to work, but we're playing man coverage with a little bit of a dash of zone. All of a sudden you look up and Josh Allen's throwing that first interception of the playoffs this year for himself. So everything matters, man. Everything matters.
Here is Bo Nix talking about what he expects from this first home playoff game.
I expect it to be extremely loud. I expect it to be a great environment, similar to what it's been recently, the past several home games. But something tells me it'll be kicked up a notch just because it's got playoffs on it. And it's a good team coming in, so a good team with a good fan base. So I expect it to be a great environment. Saturday, normal kickoff time. It's going to be a fun time.
It is going to be fever pitch. There is no doubt. Bunch of church stories are coming in on the RamosLaw.com text line.
Dang it, Sister Teresa. Dang it.
Hey, real quick. I'll tell you one really quick one, okay?
Yeah.
So I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and I haven't been to church in maybe 25 years, or how old am I? Maybe 20 years. And so I grew up in a Pentecostal church, and sometimes the spirit would just get moving.
Yeah.
Okay? And if someone wanted to, jump up and down, they're going to jump up and down. If someone wanted to, and this would happen maybe like once a year, once or twice a year, like
Run around?
They would run around.
Yeah.
And Sister Felicia, I brought up Sister Felicia. Sister Felicia.
Where the paddle at?
Running around the church. Pop Achilles.
Oh, so she was really screaming then.
Popped her Achilles running around the church. Like, God, why'd you let that happen? You can't make it up, man.
Sister, just stick to singing.
Oh, my gosh.
What are we doing?
Oh, my gosh, you can't make it up. All right, what's the history between Sean Payton and Sean McDermott? What is Josh Allen's playoff history on the road? 5 things you need to know before kickoff between Bills and Broncos. The sequel is coming up next.
Does Sean Payton have a few tricks up his sleeve for the Buffalo Bills?
It is time for you to pull out the bag of tricks. It's time for you to show Buffalo something that they hadn't seen all season long, and even going back to last year with Bo Nix. There are plays, and I believe it's Marvin Mims plays, that you can put out there for the Broncos that Buffalo hasn't seen, and it's to your advantage to do that this week.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Mark Schlereth here. A new year doesn't always call for something new. Sometimes it calls for something better. If your home would be more comfortable with better windows or new siding, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton can help. Right now, save 25% on Infinity replacement windows and 20% off James Hardy siding with 12 months no interest financing. Call them 303-794-0490 to schedule your free in-home visit, or visit windowsforyourhome.com and say this is the year your home feels better.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Free barbecue? Yep, absolutely free barbecue. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026, and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303-LAW 4040.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on The Drive. Appreciate you guys spending a small part of your day with us here on a Thursday, as we are officially less than 48 hours before kickoff between Bills and Broncos. And I figured we could maybe dig into a little bit of fun facts, some research, some history behind this matchup, Phil.
Why not? Why not, man? I mean, everything matters. Everything matters. Sometimes history can repeat itself, and sometimes you don't want it to. So hopefully we have some good history here for us.
Well, it just depends what stat or fact you want to look at. You know, we gave you one yesterday, and if you missed it, it went like, since the year 2000, this is the 20th rematch between two teams that played each other in consecutive years in the postseason, okay? So this is the 20th. In the 19 other previous matchups over the last 25 seasons, 13 of the 19 times, the team that won the first matchup won the second matchup as well. So that doesn't favor the Broncos. The recent history doesn't favor the Broncos. More longstanding history that does favor the Broncos is that Buffalo has played a number 1 seed 8 times, and they're 1-7. that does favor these number 1 seeded Denver Broncos. So you can, with stats and research and stuff, you can sometimes make it what you want it to be, you know?
At the end of the day, they're going to have to lace up those cleats, and they're going to have to go after each other.
Yep.
Execute, make some big plays. All right, get a turnover. Don't turn the ball over. Like, they have to do their job. So whether the stats, the facts that we put out there, it doesn't matter. It's who was better for that game? They're one-off games.
Yep, they're one-off games, man. That's it. This is not a best of. Okay, Sean Payton and Sean McDermott, the Seans. They have faced each other 15 times in their career as either a head coach or coordinator. That is way more than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's a heavy dose of each other. Looking at each other, seeing what each other love to do, going back and forth, whether it's as a head coach or an offensive, defensive coordinator. It's going to be a fun matchup.
Yep, and the spot that Sean McDermott was before he got the Bills job was Carolina, right? So you're going to, butt heads there in that division. What does the history say about it? In 15 times, man, it's tight. It's tight. Sean Payton has an 8-7 advantage over Sean McDermott. What I found interesting was in that those 15 games, Sean Payton's offenses have averaged 27 points a game against a Sean McDermott defense, Phil. That's a lot of points. If they get to 27 points on Saturday afternoon, the Denver Broncos are winning that game.
But you have to also remember this now. With a lot of these matchups, my guessing is they had Drew Brees. Sean Payton had Drew Brees, right? There was a couple weapons there. Alvin Kamara was really young and hungry. You had Mark Ingram in his prime, and Sean Payton that was really in his bag, and one of the best offensive minds, and still is, but like one of the best at his prime was with the New Orleans Saints. So, but Sean needs to go back to work. Sean needs to find a way to be able to just have these explosive plays with the young Bo Nix, with this run game, with the receivers that we have. And I believe Sean can do that.
Well, we'll see, man. This defense on paper is certainly not the Bills' best in recent years. Now, the passing defense, we talked about that yesterday, should probably respect that. The run defense, super leaky. So it's a bit of a mixed bag there with Buffalo defensively. But how many points do you think will need to be scored to win this football game?
Let's go 24 points. 24 points because of our defense. Our defense is going to put up that fight. It's going to give the offense opportunities. I believe the defense is going to get at least one turnover this game. I feel it coming for Josh. He's banged up. He's going to want to get that ball out of his hands fast. He may get confused a couple times, maybe a tip ball, whatever. They're going to get a turnover. And if we can get to 24 points, knowing our defense can hold Josh to 20, we'll win that game. Knowing that if we can flip that field, or even Marvin Mims having that explosive play that gives you that upper hand special teams-wise. Bo Nix and Sean come up with a creative play in the red zone. We get the tight end involved. Evan Ingram scores a touchdown. We get to 24 points. We win that game.
I like that number. A question on the RamosLaw.com text line on the heels of me saying that this is the 20th rematch since the year 2000 where two teams play each other in the postseason in consecutive years, and the 13 of the 19 have the team who won the first game wins the second game.
Yeah.
Someone asked, hey, how many of those rematches change locations like the Broncos and Bills have? And that's a really good question, and I have the answer, okay? Because I've poured over this research here over the last couple days, and it's happened once in this exact sequence where two teams have played in back-to-back years, and the first game was lost on the road, but the second game was won at home. Now it's niche-y, so I wouldn't get too mixed up in it because that's a pretty niche thing. But the answer to your question, texter 564, is it's happened one time since the year 2000. Since the year 2000, excuse me, with this exact setup. And I'll in the commercial break, I'll find who exactly that team was in that sequence. I want to say it was Seattle with the Niners. Okay. And they butted heads a handful of times in the postseason when Russell Wilson was there and Pete Carroll was the coach of the Seahawks. I believe that's the matchup where it flipped and it fell the way that Broncos country is hoping it falls for them this weekend. So, but I wouldn't, again, just because it happened only one time, I think it's too niche of a stat to read too much into it.
Don't bet on that one.
Yeah, and that was from Jeff, the limo driver. Appreciate you listening, Jeff. Okay, the short rest thing. I think it's a huge deal.
In what way?
The fact that the Denver Broncos have the longest rest time that you can have before a postseason game, and the Bills have the least amount of rest time you can have before a postseason game. I think it's a huge deal. Like out of 10, if 10 it's the biggest deal in the world, and 1 it means nothing, I think it's like a 8 because of how physical that game was last weekend against Jacksonville.
So what you're saying is it favors
the
Denver
Broncos in such a meaningful way, in my opinion.
No. I mean, you're spot on. I mean, these guys are going up against each other and hitting each other like freight trains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like after the game the next day, you are going to feel like a car hit you. You are not going to feel like you want to get out of bed. I told you guys, there were times where I got out of bed. My wife had to help me out of bed, and I used to go use the bathroom, take a pee, and I was pissing blood. So I had to be rushed to the emergency room because you just don't know how much you're taking, how many hits you are taking that can really mess your body up. So you're telling me that you are just in this big time game, playoff game where everybody's going 100 miles an hour. They're trying to win that game. Everything matters. Every play matters. A physical game at that with Jacksonville versus the Buffaloes. And all of a sudden you have someone like Josh Allen who has banged up head, pinky, or whatever finger it was, knee, foot. All right, now he's waking up the next day after coming off of a plane. You don't think he's hurting? You don't think he's swelled up? And now you're telling this team they got to go back on the road 6 days to get ready for this game while you have the Denver Broncos well rested, getting some of their players back. It's a huge advantage. The only thing I would say with that is, do you have enough experience if you're the Denver Broncos to take advantage of it, knowing that, hey, there's a lot of rest, but we know what we have to do. When you have a bunch of players that haven't been there before and they don't know how to react to this or what to expect, it can hurt you, and that's where like the rest versus rust comes into play.
Yeah, no doubt. A little bit more for you here. Oh, and before we move on, just because you have that rest advantage, it's not a promise or guarantee of anything.
No.
And you just have to look back to last year. Quick trivia question for the group. And we do have trivia today, right?
Trivia today.
Okay. What team was in this exact scenario a year ago with the least amount of rest time you could have, as the 6th seed, by the way, the same as Buffalo, who went on the road and upset an opponent in a way that no one saw coming? Divisional round.
It was it had to be the Lions game, right?
You're on it. You're on it. Who beat them?
The Commanders.
The Commanders won in the wild card round.
Jaden Daniels.
Rookie year. And I forget who they beat in the wild card round, but they, on short rest, as a 6th seed, went into Detroit. And I want to say Detroit was like a 9.5, 10-point favorite in that game.
Oh, they were supposed to just split their head open. I mean, the Lions were supposed to just attack them, and by the fourth quarter, guys were supposed to be out of the game. That was what people were saying. It was Detroit's year.
And who they beat in the first round, who Washington beat in the first round, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't think they were supposed to win that game. And then they went to Detroit on short rest as a huge, huge underdog and won outright. And not only won outright, they won going away, if you remember.
Oh, I remember. It was tight early, and actually Detroit had the upper hand. I'm like, okay, it's going to get out of hand. You look up, Detroit made a couple mistakes. I want to say an interception or a fumble happened that turned that game around, and the Commanders took advantage of it. Jaden Daniels, who ended up winning Rookie of the Year last year because of it, was lights out, and they were able to beat Detroit on the road.
Yeah. And so, I want to say the Commanders scored like 40-something points. I mean, they ran it up on them. So it's no guarantee of anything, but it is meaningful. And, not to bring up, nightmare memories or give you nightmare fuel, but the short rest also applied to the 2012 divisional round, where Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens came in here, and the Broncos were the top seed, I believe.
They were number 1.
And on short rest, knocked off the Broncos at home. So, again, meaningful advantage, yes. Guarantee or promise of something to come, no. You got to go execute. You have to go execute. Okay. Buffalo had not won a road playoff game since 1992 in the AFC Championship game. And now they're going to be asked to do what they hadn't done in over 3 decades and do it twice in 6 days. That is a really tall task.
They need to be thanking the NFL for that. They need to be thanking the NFL for that, and what I'm going to say, like anything else, that's their problem, not ours.
Yep.
Now, Denver, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. You have the upper hand. Now, you may have some people out there, the favorite's Buffalo, but then you have someone saying the favorite's Denver. Just go out there and execute, knowing that this team is not rested. They're banged up. Mentally, they're tired. They have a bunch of guys that are out. You have Josh Allen that's banged up, scared of this defense. Don't think Josh is not sitting there late at night saying, damn, we got to go against the Denver Broncos defense.
Totally.
So it's a lot for Buffalo. And then they're going to have to travel here. So I don't know when they're deciding to come here. They need to come here earlier to try to get acclimated to the altitude, which they probably won't do. So it's a lot for them. It has to be a 7, especially. It has to be a 7, especially if you haven't been in this altitude and you start to move around. If you haven't been in this altitude and you start to move around and you're tired, you already have an uphill battle playing in these games because it's a gruesome sport. You get wore down, you get tired. Now you can't breathe. So now you're thinking about how to breathe. Now you're trying to get the oxygen tank. But there's only a couple oxygen tanks out there, and I know the oxygen tank guy. So maybe I'll have the oxygen tank guy take away the oxygen.
Do you know what college program, more little trivia here, has the highest elevation of any college football program in the country?
I'm going to assume it's Wyoming.
It is Wyoming.
With Josh Allen and, being there and
even if you include FCS football teams, Wyoming #1 overall. So when he says, I know from firsthand, that's what he's referencing. It's not one game in 2020. It's playing at Wyoming for as long as he did. But that doesn't stick with you. You just can't reactivate your acclimation process to altitude. You have to get readjusted all over again, despite all that experience years ago.
And some teams, right? I've been on teams where they're talking about with the high altitude, we're gonna get there a couple days early so we can get used to it. And then there's other teams that are like, hey, there's no getting used to it in 2 days. So we're just gonna go there the day
Right.
before.
I've heard that.
Sleep, all right, wake up and just play. So my guessing is that's what the Bills are going to do. It is what it is. All right, you know what you're dealing with. And for the Denver Bronco defense, wear their asses down.
Yeah.
Run circles around them. Pin your ears back. By that third and fourth quarter, you'll start to get those sacks.
All right. Josh Allen's road playoff history. So as a team with Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills have played on the road 5 times. They are 1-4. They just unlocked that first road playoff win a week ago. But Josh Allen, the individual, okay, 278 yards a game. This is just on the road. 278 yards a game. Top 5 number in NFL history. 9-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Top 5 in NFL history. 97.7 passer rating. Top 5 in NFL history. And 64 rushing yards per game. Top 5 in NFL history. All right? I didn't share an opinion. I just relayed facts, okay? Yeah. So no one get in their feelings, okay? There's also the narrative, and it is a narrative, that Josh Allen is going to throw it to the other team, all right? And I understand why that narrative exists, because it used to be a real issue for Josh Allen. It used to be. He would take so many risks, and I think it comes from a place of being a competitor, and he would just...
Yeah, or he just was making bad decisions.
Sure.
He was just a bad quarterback at the time.
Sure, maybe.
No,
maybe.
You're young. You have to develop and say, okay, I did that before. I'm not going to do it again.
So here's the recent history. He has played 6 consecutive playoff games without an interception. He also has gone 6 straight games leading up to this game on Saturday without an interception.
Yeah.
All right. He also doesn't have a fumble since going back to the 2022 NFL playoffs. So you talk about someone having a real issue that persisted over a handful of years and then cleaning it up to a degree that you literally haven't thrown a playoff pick or had a playoff fumble in years, And again, and I heard it in a conversation this morning. They're like, hey, Josh can throw it into a team meeting, and maybe he will on Sunday.
Exactly. He's going to.
He may.
I know he's going to.
He may. But here's just the current facts of the matter. Okay, he has attempted 165 straight passing attempts without a pick. It's the longest active streak in the NFL. He also has 186 playoff attempts without an interception. If you're curious where that stacks up, he is 14 passing attempts away from having the 5th longest streak in NFL history without an interception in the postseason. So, again, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you what's going to happen on Saturday. I'm telling you what's been taking place for a handful of years, and it's contrasting with the commonly held thought about Allen.
No, definitely. I mean, Josh Allen, he has earned his roses. He deserves to be talked about, and the facts are the facts. But also the fact is he's coming here to Denver, and it's just a totally different Denver Bronco team than last year when it comes to just maturity and it comes to just the defense in general. We have
100%,
guys
100%.
that are getting ready to get after Josh Allen. We have guys in a defensive coordinator in Vance Joseph that's trying to get a head coaching job. So it means just a little bit more. So I know everybody knows that we're going to do a lot of man. We're going to do a little bit more man, but there's going to be some times where VJ switches it up and goes zone, and I think that's when they're going to get after Josh Allen, because they're going to bring these zones and they're going to be able to get some pressure. Josh, and I keep bringing this up, he's going to be banged up and he's going to want to get that ball out of his hands. You get a couple tips, there's going to be a turnover. That's what's getting ready to happen. I got the script right here. We're good.
It could absolutely take place.
I told you I got the script.
This defense is just a little bit different.
It's a little bit different.
But also keep in mind, I know I'm going to piss someone off here.
No, I mean, look, you got what's going on?
This is one of the worst takeaway teams in Broncos history.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
It's crazy.
It does not make sense to me that the Denver Broncos, with this caliber of defense, went into Week 18 tied for the least amount of turnovers in the history of the franchise. That is, even as I say it for the third time here this week, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So, again, I can't make heads and tails of it. Buffalo, here's just a little bit more, and I'll give you a key stat to keep in mind. Super key. Bills are the first team since the 85 Bears to lead the NFL in carries, rushing yards, and rushing touchdowns. The number to keep an eye on is James Cook getting to 100 yards from scrimmage. When James Cook gets to 100 yards from scrimmage, Buffalo was 11-1 this year. When he did not get to 100 yards from scrimmage, the Bills were 1-4. That is going to be as big of a factor in just like a little side number to follow as anything that I'll be watching on Saturday.
It makes sense. When you're able to have that run game and you can just hand the ball off and you look up and you get a first down, you look up, you get an explosive, it's going to open up the whole entire playbook. Now, it forces the defense to have to do stuff that they don't want to do to try to stop that run. So if you can't stop the run, you're not winning the game, because now whoever has the upper hand when you're running the ball, you're controlling that clock. All right, you're bringing that physicality where it's like, man, it's demoralizing if you just sit there and take it because you can't stop it. And this is a big offensive line. So that's exactly, there is no secret. The Buffalo Bills are hurting. So the biggest thing for them to do is to pack it all in with this big offensive line, hand it off to their running back who's the leading rusher this year in the NFL, and hope that they can pick up the chunk plays and take some pressure off of Josh. And that's why it's important for the defense to bow up, find a way to make it 3rd and long, and force Josh Allen to beat you with his arms and legs being banged up.
About Bo Nix. Do you realize Bo Nix has only lost 3 games at home in his career?
He's a winner.
He really is.
Everybody loves a winner.
I mean, to be at this stage of the game and have 3 home losses in your career is wild. 14-3 in 17 games at home. 14-3. And here's what I find really interesting. And I suppose this isn't probably uncommon if you looked at every team in the NFL, but it's pretty drastic with the Broncos. The Denver Broncos average 21 points a game when playing away from Denver. But when they're home, they average 27. A touchdown's worth 6 points still, right?
Yep.
So that means the Denver Broncos average a touchdown more when they play at home. That feels pretty drastic to me.
And what's the average when Sean McDermott? He averages 27 points against this defense.
Good points.
That's something.
Good callback. Good callback.
Yeah, that's something to think about. You have Bo Nix, who plays better at home. No, right? Is that a coincidence? No, it's quieter. All right, you're comfortable. You're in your own home. You know where your house is. You know where your bedroom is, the bathroom. You know where everything is. So you're going to play better. Can they get to that 24, 27 points and the defense do their part? That's how you win.
There's no doubt. If you look at Bo's, if you isolate his passing touchdowns, he has 20 passing touchdowns in his career on the road. Right? Yeah, on the road. 20 passing touchdowns in his career on the road. He's got 34 passing touchdowns at home. That is a meaningful difference between home and road. And they also average of 50 yards more passing at home. So 14-3 at home as opposed to 10-7 on the road for his career. 21 points a game on the road for Bo Nix and the Denver offense. 27 points per game when playing at home. 200 yards passing on the road on average over the last 2 seasons. 251 when playing at home. 20 passing touchdowns on the road in Bo Nix's career. 34 at home. So some really good, juju for Bo Nix and the Bronco offense. Okay, the Broncos put together a top 5 sack total of all time this season. What does NFL postseason history tell us about how the other teams who did what the Broncos did this year, how do they do in the postseason? I'll give you that fact coming up next.
Let's go, bring it out! Denver and Buffalo are locked in for a playoff rematch in the divisional round. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide.
Dental phobia? Consider sedation dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, ColoradoSedation.com.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Helzberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Helzberg. Shop in store or at Helzberg.com.
The West isn't just a place, it's a feeling. And this January 10th through the 25th, the National Western Stock Show presented by Common Spirit Health brings the heart of the West to Denver. So saddle up for 16 days of rodeo action, family fun, and championship livestock. This is where tradition meets excitement. This is who we are. We are the West. Tickets available at nationalwestern.com.
A lot of personal injury lawyers make claims about how good they are. But how do you know who's the best? Who will fight to get you the money you deserve? At Berg Simpson, we don't rely on simple claims like other firms. We have 27 best lawyers in America, 17 super lawyers, and we're one of the National Trial Lawyers' top 25 most influential law firms. Compare us to other firms, then call Berg Simpson.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey guys, believe it or not, golf season is just around the corner, and that means the newest gear and the latest tech are starting to drop. It's Stoke here from my friends at Embers Golf. If you want to hit the ground running in 2026, now's the time to get dialed in. Book a custom fitting at Embers Golf and experience the newest equipment built to elevate your game. I know, trust me, I got set up last year, and spots fill up fast. So get in, get fit, and get ready to play your best season yet. Get everyone in the family ready for golf season at Embers Golf in Westminster. Embers Golf, ignite your game.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Joe Fallon did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he commissioned a portrait of himself. Does Joe already know what he looks like? Yes. Do guests know what he looks like? Also yes. But not as art. It's Joe's savings, and if he wants to spend it on a velvet painting of himself with a white tiger at his feet, we say, roar, Joe, roar. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers. The #1 wiper blades in America.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.
Today's trivia on The Fan is brought to you by Window Nation.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver!
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! 1! And so sometimes there's just stats that exist that don't really make sense. And it actually happened this past week where the Carolina Panthers played the Rams, and nothing about the matchup said that the Panthers were going to keep it close.
Like literally nothing. Like you could take a dive to the bottom of the statistical and analytical ocean, and you couldn't find anything to make it make sense. And then but every time you look at the history of a spread that big, somehow the team that is supposed to get their head kicked in is keeping it close. And you can't really explain it. That is, I think, what I found out this week when you look at the history of teams like the Broncos, who are all-time sack teams. Do we realize the Broncos are an all-time sack team? 68 sacks. That is the 5th most sacks in the history of NFL football.
Hey, they get after it. They get after the quarterback.
They really do. Slow down a little bit later in the season, and we'll see what we're in store for on Saturday. But I went back and looked at the 5 best sack teams in NFL history. Okay? The 5 best ever that get after the quarterback. The 1985 Giants had the same amount of sacks as the Broncos, so the Broncos are technically tied for 5th all-time. 1985 Giants had 68 sacks, lost in the divisional round. The 1987 Bears had 70 sacks, lost in the divisional round. The 2022 Eagles had 70 sacks, lost in the Super Bowl. The 1989 Vikings had 71 sacks, lost in the divisional round. And the 1984 Bears that have the NFL record of 72 sacks, lost in the NFC Championship game. So none of the greatest sack teams in NFL history have ever actually gone on to win the Super Bowl. And I would just assume that one of them had, and I have no idea.
Yeah, that is a little weird. It's a little weird that you have this dominant defense, because that's honestly what it is. If you're getting that many sacks, you're a dominant defense. My guessing, I would have to go back and look at some stats. The offense wasn't any good, or the offense wasn't able to hold up their part of the deal, which is move the ball, sustain drives, score touchdowns. That's your job offensively. Score touchdowns and help your defense out. And so what I'm saying is our defense is going to do their part. But Bo Nix and the offense, they're going to have to do theirs. If you have a short field, take advantage of it. Our punter, Cranshaw, Zach gave him the name Crawshaw, help flip the field.
Totally.
Help your defense out. The defense is going to have help this game, keep them fresh, keep them going by scoring some points.
All right, it's one of those things, just kind of weird.
It is weird.
Just kind of weird. And 3 of the 5 best sack teams in NFL history lost in the divisional round. I cannot make heads and tails of that. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Nuggets did it again. Jamal Murray did it again. Peyton Watson did it again. I mean, Phil.
David Adelman did it again.
Truly. and look, we know they're not beating good teams, okay? I don't care. You cannot be looking for style points or hey, I want to play the best without Jokic. You are trying your best to stay afloat, and they're not just staying afloat. They are moving through the water of this NBA season. 118-109 win over the Mavericks last night in Dallas on a back-to-back. Murray goes for 33. Peyton Watson shoots 50% from the field again, goes for 18 points. Aaron Gordon was massive with 22 points in 30 minutes, and the Nuggets win their 3rd in a row.
And so what else you're seeing out there is you're seeing players getting meaningful minutes that are going to help them possibly get minutes in the postseason, right? That's what you're looking for. You're not looking for just the 5 or the 7 that you know are going to play every single playoff game. Who else can help contribute off the bench that may not have at the beginning, but now that they're getting these opportunities, they're going to help you win games later on down the line. And it's just good to see someone like Jamal be consistent, someone like Jamal that doesn't need Jokic right now, that's doing it himself, having fun, saying, hey, I'm the guy now.
Right.
Everybody has to lean on me. And then for Mr. Peyton Watson, okay, we have to do everything we can to keep this man there. It's just fun to just watch his growth. It's just fun to watch him let it loose, all right, whether it's from the three-point line, whether it's slashing, getting to the rim and finishing. He's doing everything the right way. Oh, and he's still playing good defense.
Crazy, man. This is nuts. Tim Hardaway, again, double figures off the bench. It feels like he's in double figures every single night.
6th man of the year, man.
Jalen Pickett making multiple threes. I mean, this was, I don't know. I'm just so impressed. I am just so beyond impressed. And I'm trying to get in the head of Jokic. You asked me a question before off the air. Go ahead and ask me.
So, sometimes, right, you have these superstar players, and I've been around some of them, that act like they're happy that things are going well for the team, but they're actually really not, because they're not a part of it. Now, for Jokic, how do you think he feels knowing that his team is winning without him?
It's so crazy because I don't even have to think about this. Jokic's mindset is so unique, and it's such a fair question, especially in that league.
Yeah.
Especially in that league where the egos are as large as the arenas that they play in. He is the anti-superstar. And I've been calling him that for years, the way he carries himself. And I'm imagining Jokic. One, he's genuinely happy that the team is still winning and being put in a good playoff position.
Coaching everybody up still. Payton Watts, I mean, he's coaching everybody.
It's so fun to watch. But he's probably looking at it, trying to download what he hasn't seen from Peyton Watson when he's been playing alongside of him and being like, how can I get some of that when I come back?
Yeah.
How can we blend what I'm seeing right now from an individual standpoint and the way he's thriving? How can we concoct it together and make this all work as a team? And he's probably going to have some scary ideas on how.
Yeah, I don't even understand where he would start. I mean, because he still has to make sure that he has the two-man going with Jamal, which is going to be something that's going to be there. Then he has to make sure that AG gets his time. All right, Cam Johnson, when he gets back, he has to figure out a way to get him going, keep him healthy. And then, of course, young Mr. Peyton Watson. Like, is Jokic going to sit there and tell David Alman, hey, look, this is our guy who's going to start from here on out.
Yeah.
He's at the starting unit with us. Like, that's going to be interesting, too. Like, when everybody is healthy, what happens to Peyton Watson?
Very interesting, man. I'm fascinated by this. And I got to tell you, so last night, I got off the air here, and I went over to DU and called Oral Roberts against DU.
How'd you do?
And I really good. Knocked some rust off and had a blast with it. But I come home, and it's like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm watching the game, and I hate watching the games on replay. I hate it. I like watching it live. It's just something about it. But I'm watching it, and I'm just like sitting there fascinated. Now, it wasn't a great game. Like the middle portion of the game, it was disjointed, and it just was. It was an NBA game in January, right? And it looked like it. It felt like it. But like in pockets of the game, especially early in the game and late in the game, like I'm just sitting there like, this is happening again. Watching Peyton Watson create off the dribble. Finishing at the rim and ones, fall away jumpers. Like, I can't get enough of it.
You know, it's funny because at one point Peyton Watson was like stuck at 11, and he had some time where he was off, and I was hoping please get to 20 something points, because the first thing somebody's gonna do is he's gonna have a bad game, and they're gonna say, well, this is why, right? Somebody out there is looking for a reason to why we shouldn't pay Peyton Watson. And I don't want that to end for him. I want him to continue to excel at a high level. And I know it's hard, and it's gonna be harder as the games go on. But man, the sky is the limits for this man.
There's no doubt. By the way, if you guys are looking for something to do, you guys got to go check out a DU basketball game. There is a player there by the name of Carson Johnson. He's gone viral a couple times on Instagram. Have you seen this? Yeah, he's a white point guard. Super twitchy handle. He's only 6'1". He transferred from the Division II level. The kid is like, so fun to watch. He scored freaking 33 points last night. Again, Division II transfer who he had a red shirt on his back last year. The team got so banged up at the D2 level that the coach took the red shirt off him in the middle of the season. The kid won the MVP of the conference tournament, won the championship, and now he's at the Division I level, and it's his first year at Division I. He's scoring 18, 19 points a night. Go watch that kid over at DU if you're looking for something to do. All right, we are kicking out of the last slap of the mat on the 3 count as we shift gears. What is the guy tasked with slowing down Josh Allen and the Bills saying about the challenge that awaits him? You'll hear from Vance Joseph next.
As the top seed in the AFC, are the Broncos being shown enough respect?
This team can play with anyone. They can play with anyone. So we can't forget this is a 14-3 football team also. So I think some people have forgotten that.
But I'm fired up, and I like this team, and I like their chances this week.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRIP. to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRIP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRIP for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Done Right. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Get a double dose of Division I basketball action on Saturday, January 24th at the University of Denver. Tip off the day at 11 a.m. as the DU women host ORU, followed by the men at 2 p.m. versus North Dakota. It will be a Saturday of nonstop action in Hamilton Gym. Join us for Denver basketball. Get your tickets today online at denverpioneers.com.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
All right, football fans, Foundation Kia wants you to catch a ride to the playoffs in an all-new Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid.
We got cars, yes we do!
With all-wheel drive, bold style, and smart tech that reads the field, this SUV is built for the mile high.
Woohoo!
Go Gridiron! Go big savings! Go Foundation! See us in Wheat Ridge or visit FoundationKia.com and catch a ride.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranty treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose, from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What is the guy tasked with slowing down Josh Allen and the Bills saying about the challenge that awaits him? Vance Joseph.
Let's hear his tone.
You want to hear his tone?
His tone. You know, like there's times where VJ, like he's serious, but you kind of know like he's just trying to beat around the bush. And then there's times where he knows like, hey, this is going to be a tough matchup, and he's really serious, and you can feel that in his tone.
All right, well, here is Vance Joseph on the challenge of facing Bills quarterback Josh Allen.
He's a special player, obviously. It's certain guys in this league that can take over games, and he's one of those guys. But we knew to win the championship here, it was going to go through Patrick and Lamar and Josh, and Joe Burrow. That's the AFC side, unfortunately. That's where we live. So we knew we got to face one of those guys eventually. So watching Pittsburgh and Baltimore last week, I was cheering for Pittsburgh because I knew that Lamar can wreck your dreams, and so can Josh. So that's part of it. If you're going to win the AFC side, it's going through those four guys, and it's our turn.
Man, that is a brutally honest answer right there.
I love it. And I love his ranking, by the way, too. Patrick, Lamar, then Josh. Oh, and I guess we'll add in Joey B. No, this is actually like a raw, honest thing that VJ is putting out there that a bunch of defensive coordinators are thinking in their head. Why would you want to match up against someone like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson if you have to?
Right.
You don't want to.
I just can't remember a defensive coordinator or any coordinator saying, hey, when that game was happening, I was rooting for Pittsburgh. Because you're basically saying, I'd much rather play a Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers, where he's at this stage in his career. I just can't remember, and I'm sure it's happened before.
So how do you feel about it? Like you seem a little shocked that he would put it out there to the universe.
I absolutely love it because I think he's just being real.
Yeah.
He's just being that's an authentic answer. Lamar can wreck your dreams. So can Josh. We don't want to face these guys. I find it interesting, that he is. But really, that has kind of been the general tone from Bo Nix, from Sean Payton, from Vance Joseph.
Respect.
Yes.
Right? But don't somebody out there, don't get it twisted. You can have respect for a player. That does not mean you fear or you're scared, right? You're scared of a person. What you're saying is you understand what that man and what that team is capable of doing if you don't execute. So now your antennas are up. As a defense and offensive coordinator, you know the margin of error is very slim. So when you come up with this game plan, it has to be on point. Bo Nix knows he cannot have the turnovers and think you're winning a game against the Buffalo Bills or Josh Allen. Also, VJ's thinking, okay, at the end of this game, if it is 21-21 or if it is 24-21, but they have 2 minutes left in the game, how does that look for us? You have to start playing it in your head, what you're going to do to try to stop Josh Allen from going down the field and scoring a touchdown. So there's a lot to this game.
Well, Vance was asked yesterday afternoon on the process of preparing for someone like Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's a way to win every game. And obviously, his legs are special. He's got good size. He can make every single throw. That's not different for us, but you can't simulate it, obviously. If you could, you would. But you can't, right? It's one Josh Allen, and he lives in Buffalo. He'll show up Saturday morning. We got to get him stopped. But it's ways to win every game, and we have to practice that way and have a plan that way and adjust quickly, and obviously put the fires out when they come. But that's our job, and, I'm hoping we play our best football Saturday. It's time. It's been a long, good year for our defense. Some ups and downs, but it's time to play our best ball. That's the expectation.
That's the expectation, to play our best football. And obviously, Josh and that rushing attack comes with its own challenges.
Yeah.
But this defense, when it's playing its best ball, and VJ saying that's the expectation, this defense is the best unit on the football field on Saturday.
Most athletic unit on top of that, where they're just flying around, very creative. They have all the pieces. And I said earlier, they're going to go man. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to rush 5. You don't know where it's going to come from. Is it going to come from Hufanga? Is it going to come from Jaquan McMillan? Is it going to come from a cornerback like Riley Moss or PS2? Who knows? But you're going to have to bring pressure to disrupt someone like Josh Allen. Don't let him get into some rhythm. Don't let him get onto some timing and make it hard for him. And I know VJ has something up his sleeve. From what I've heard in the building, there's a couple things, couple wrinkles that they're going to throw at Josh. That they don't think he has seen a lot of. Now, I don't know what that is. And it's going to be interesting to see the timing of it, right? Spagnuolo, for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Totally.
Right? Was it last year? Last year, and you remember that. You came in crying. Last year, Spagnuolo, at the end there, that did not bring no pressure, correct?
All game did not blitz Josh Allen. And on the final play on 4th down, sent a corner blitz, and Josh did not see it coming. And it was genius.
Yeah.
Truly.
So for VJs, what are you going to do? You have all this film. My guessing is you went back, you watched some of the stuff with Spagnuolo and what he did. When are you going to bring that extra wrinkle, that extra pressure? Or maybe you don't pressure at all. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but we need to get a turnover. And our best bet to get a turnover is play a little bit of zone when Josh is not thinking we're going to play zone.
Here is a little bit more from Vance Joseph on how Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga can have a potential impact in these playoffs.
I think it's made a difference, from day one, obviously. When you gain, two guys like, Huff and Dre, you're gaining guys who've been in big games, so that was huge for our young defense. Those two guys love football. So the practice parts, the meeting parts, man, those guys are on fire every single day. So it was definitely a positive effect on our young guys. But again, two guys who've played in big games, for a long time in San Fran and who've been on great defenses. So that helps our young guys kind of, push forward to that.
All right, so the Hufanga addition has been a 10 out of 10. I mean,
Hufanga. That
guy is just such a football player.
That's why I had him as the MVP.
You did. That's right.
MVP. It's his presence. It's what he can do for you as just a player. Very smart. He's going to make sure everybody is lined up, but also he's making tackles. You could put him in the box as a linebacker, very aggressive. Now, he can get the takeaways. He hasn't because I feel like he's been so focused in on trying to just murder somebody that if he would just open up and relax, he has a couple interceptions that he can take to the house. So Hufanga's a big piece to us winning this game moving forward because he has been there. Experience does matter a little bit, and I believe Dre Greenlaw and Hufanga, they have that experience.
Well, I'd like to see Greenlaw make a true impact. He's been pretty quiet this year. Like, what are the two best plays from Dre Greenlaw this year?
The interception. Was it against the Giants?
I forget. I think he's got one.
Green Bay,
I think it was maybe Washington.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Washington. It was Washington. But you're right. He's been banged up. Z. He started the season on IR. So it would be a great thing if Dre Greenlaw can get going at the right time. This is the time to peak. This is the time for you to have that forced fumble, a big time tackle, and just be available the whole entire game.
Yeah. Question on the RamosLaw.com text lines. They say, maybe I missed it, but who is Zach rooting for this weekend? We're going to talk about it in the 5 o'clock. Dude, there's been like 50 of those. We're going to talk about it in the 5 o'clock hour.
You're sweating a little bit. You all right?
Man, well, we're going to talk about it.
All right.
We're going to talk about it. Trivia coming up next.
Will Sean Payton's offense come out swinging after a long break? Will the Broncos defense avenge the blowout loss to the Bills last postseason? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Refresh your bathroom with big savings at Lowe's. Reimagine your bathroom with up to 40% off select faucets during our Bath Savings event. Need it today? Order by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Shop for your bathroom refresh at Lowe's. We help, you save. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Same-day delivery on eligible in-stock items, subject to availability. Fees vary. Visit Lowes.com/same-day delivery for full terms.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment. so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. That's Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. See website for details.
Football fans, playoff season is here, and Foundation Chevrolet is kicking off with the Start the Year in Drive sales event. Catch a ride to the playoffs in an all-new Chevy Silverado. Built tough, powerful off the line, and ready for every mile-high touchdown. Together, let's drive. Go Gridiron, go big, big savings. Go Foundation. See us in Wheat Ridge or visit FoundationChevrolet.com and catch a ride.
Foundation rules. Woohoo!
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auctions.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, 4 o'clock on a Thursday during the football season, and it is still football season in Denver anyway. We play a little trivia. Dante, you said the morning show went 2-2, is that right?
They did go 2-2.
Okay.
They were a little bummed they missed. Stoke said Steve Spurrier for the quarterbacks question.
Yes.
But he also, they kind of disregarded him because at one point he had Carson Wentz written down. And they were like, that wasn't even one of the options, Stoke. So he took a back seat, but he was like, but I think it is Steve Spurrier.
And the question was like, who in the common draft era has been picked in the top 3? It was a question based on Trey Lance. What quarterback has been picked in the top 3 of the common draft era and start less than 10 games through his first 5 years? And Trey Lance and Steve Spurrier are the only ones in the common draft era that own that stat.
They also didn't appreciate that you had names on there that were not drafted in the top 3 or 5. That was part of the criteria.
That's what makes it a trivia question.
They were just assuming that all of the names were fitting the criteria, but the amount of games.
The right questions and the right answer is listed among the options. You had the option to pick it. You didn't pick it.
I'm just saying how they felt. They did not appreciate that because Dwayne Haskins was picked 15th overall.
Right. Is them belly aching like a new thing or
no?
Like
a new thing? What are you talking about?
It's every single week. Yeah. It's something to complain about. All right, let's play a little trivia. Dante Gomez, hit that music.
All right, guys, here we go. Question number 1. Which quarterback from the quarterback class of 2018 has thrown for the most NFL career yards?
So which quarterback from the class of 2018 has thrown? So this is...
That was my draft class.
This is Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Rosen, and Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah.
It was 5 quarterbacks picked there in the first round. I think the temptation is to
put Baker.
I was going to say maybe Josh.
I think it's either Baker, Josh, or Lamar.
Yeah, we know it's not Josh Rosen.
I don't think. Well, yeah, it's definitely not Rosen. I don't think it's Darnold.
No,
you don't think so?
No.
Well, because he sat for a little bit.
Correct.
And then he sat in San Francisco as well for a year.
Yeah, it's definitely between Lamar, Josh, and Baker.
Although, are we sure? Because Sam Darnold the last 2 years
That's what I'm saying. Like,
has put up some pretty ridiculous numbers.
He has, but he hasn't been like some 5,000-yard passer.
I think he was 4,700 yards this year.
But I don't think that's enough to make up the difference of the time that he sat.
Yeah.
Fair.
So what about shake and bake? Baker Mayfield. I mean, he throws for a lot of yards.
That's a good question.
He missed a little bit of time with Cleveland with that injury as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to Carolina.
Carolina
and he had that. Well, Darnold was also in Carolina.
Yeah, that's
for
true. They were practice squad players.
Yeah, same team.
Crazy.
Has Josh ever missed an extended period of time?
No.
He's Iron Man.
Yeah, he started over 100 consecutive games.
But he did, right? He struggled at the beginning of his career. And
He
then
did
picked it up.
with throwing the ball, but
he struggled with wins. That doesn't mean he struggled with yards.
Yeah, no, he did struggle with yards. He did struggle with yards initially, that first season. By year 3, he started to put up some pretty big numbers.
I do want to point out that when they did trivia, Mark Schlereth, about 2 seconds into the first question, just yelled Josh Allen. So I think there's a curveball here of maybe they're trying to get us to guess Josh Allen.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to get us to say Josh Allen, especially with Josh playing in this game. Now, we could be overthinking this.
Yeah, or is it a double?
Or is the curveball that it's actually Josh Allen?
Right. And you're an idiot because you didn't pick Josh Allen.
What about Lamar? Because Lamar, he's one that you think about and it's like, oh, running, but he's put up some passing stats.
He has.
Especially this year was rough for him, but that other years before that, I mean.
He's missed a good amount of time, though, too.
That's true.
I mean, 3-4 games each of the last couple seasons. Enough to make a difference? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I would go with my guess, and I would go with like Baker. He puts up stats.
He does. There's no doubt, but oh, God. I bet you Baker has the single best season among these guys, like in terms of like the biggest number in any individual season. But I just question that time out of being in a starting role when Josh Allen has literally never missed a game. He's got the longest Ironman streak in the league.
But he was running, just like Lamar at the beginning. He was running a lot.
He was.
So it was like half rushing yards, half passing.
But that was early in his career. By 2020, I mean, he was putting up monster numbers.
Yeah.
I'm between Lamar and Josh. I don't think it was Baker, just because he had the shoulder injury in Cleveland, and then the Carolina time where he didn't really play a lot there either. And then the Rams, that was all a mess there for like a year or two.
Drew, what does your gut say?
You may not want to ask me because I'm leaning, but it's either Baker or Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold?
I don't know why I'm on Sam Darnold, but I just am. I know it sounds crazy, so that's what I'm saying. You may not want my answers.
I'd rather.
I think it's between Lamar and Josh.
I think I'll go with Josh. I think I'm going to go.
I'm good with that, just because he's basically made every start he could.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Josh because of that.
And I think they're messing with us.
Yeah, I mean we can. I still think like thinking about it now, Lamar's gonna be close in there.
And I think that the sadistic nature of their personality is to hope that we don't guess Josh and the answer is Josh.
I think so too.
That's
I think that would
be the
be
best case scenario for them.
Exactly. I think that's what they're hoping for.
If you want to go with Josh, let's go with Josh.
And I'd rather say Josh and be wrong than
course you
pick
would.
someone else and be
course you
right.
would.
Yeah.
Let's go with Josh Allen. Let's go with Josh Allen. Final answer, send it in.
Send it in, Jerome!
God almighty.
Answer? Josh Allen.
All right.
Oh, God
All right.
almighty.
I would be interested to see who's number 2.
I'll
on
look
that.
it up during the break and
Yeah.
see what the numbers are.
I will say also a random thought came in my head right before we answered, but was Brock Purdy in that draft? 'Cause
No.
that got me
I
scared.
don't think he's
No, he was a little later, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
was he?
just a little bit later. Yep. Next question.
Question number 2. Legendary quarterback and GM John Elway was roundly criticized for not attending this college quarterback's pro day. Who was he?
Oh, God. Oh, so this.
We're really doing this now, huh?
Is it
It's
Josh?
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Goodness gracious. We're supposed to be having fun here. Send it in, Josh Allen.
Send it in, Jerome. What's going on?
Answer? Josh Allen.
What'd you do to them? What'd you do to them?
Dude, no, like I told you to start the show. I listened to the first hour of the show, and they, for the fourth straight day, they brought me up in the first segment of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder how many times they'll say my name.
Say
I counted
my name. Say my name.
21 times in the first hour. I was looking to hear about the game and maybe break down the match. They just talked about me.
Stuff. There's some sick stuff going on.
All right, next question.
Some serial killer stuff over there, man. You need to check yourself.
Question number 3. Casey Bramlett is Wyoming's all-time career passing yards leader. Who's 8th?
They made a mockery of trivia.
What's going on?
Come on, guys. What are we doing?
Is it Josh?
This is supposed to be for the fans. This is supposed to be for the people. Josh Allen. I
Hey, we're
goodness
going
gracious.
4-0 then, buddy.
Send it in.
Answer? Josh Allen.
Oh, my God.
I will say I'm curious to hear how they rope in a curveball question to this.
All right, let's see it. Let's hear it.
And your curveball question. Name the actress who starred in the 2010 remake of the movie True Grit, and what NFL quarterback is she married to?
It's his wife. Because we actually talked about
I don't
today.
even know her. It's
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
So Stein.
Steinfeld. Okay, yeah. I'm not. I don't even really know who that is. I know
She plays in the new Transformers with Bumblebee because my son watches it, and she's in that one and a couple other ones. I want to say she just won an award. She was just up for an award.
She was in the Sinners.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Sinners.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yes,
I didn't
yeah.
see it, but she was in that.
She was. I watched it.
Okay. All right. That is.
Are we going to hear the answer?
No, we don't need to hear the answer. Do you want to play it? You can play it. Go ahead and play it.
Well, just to make sure.
Sure.
Answers? Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen.
I was nervous.
Our listeners got a huge kick out of that, fellas. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great
We're
job.
4-0. We're winners.
we did win again. All right. Shifting gears here. There's something in football that rarely gets the headlines, but Broncos and Bills may be defined by it on Saturday. That's next.
Will R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin find success in the run game? How will Vance Joseph slow down Josh Allen? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
I lost 60 pounds with soda, and the weight came off naturally. The biggest difference was having my own nutritionist, someone I could text anytime with questions. SodaWeightLoss.com. They deliver fast, easy, convenient weight loss with no hunger, no guesswork, and clients routinely look and feel 10 years younger. That's why they have nearly 9,000 positive Google reviews and thousands of before and after photos to prove it. And right now, join Soda and your partner joins for free. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. Hey, I got a real cool story I wanted to share with you. Many years ago, my lovely wife Kimberly wrote down a prayer that said, God, make me a lighthouse so I can be a light to others when they're in a dark place. She filed that card away both in her heart and her prayer box. And then about 3 years ago, I asked my wife to leave her job in corporate America and come help me open up 303 Law 4040. And she absolutely loves it. She really feels like helping other people when they are hurting and don't know what to do is her calling. So here's the really cool part. A few weeks ago, a client came in to pick up a check and said to Kim, I really want to thank you. You were a lighthouse to me when I was in a dark place. It gave me chills when Kim told me that. If you've been hurt in an accident, it really is our honor to help you in your time of need. Call us anytime at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. That's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
What's up, guys? You need healthy options you'll actually crave? HelloFresh brings the flavor with homemade meals that are wholesome, fresh, and always hit the spot. Turn fresh, balanced ingredients into home-cooked meals that are easy to make and taste great. Keep your health on track with GLP-1 friendly options and high-protein meals packed with over 30 grams of protein. My lady is always telling me how I need more protein in my life. From udon soup to hearty chicken pastas, enjoy mouth-watering dishes that spice up your weeknights. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranty treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose, from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Payton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
There's something in football that rarely gets the headlines. It never leads SportsCenter. It's never debated on First Take. But Broncos and Bills may be defined by it on Saturday.
So we're going to talk about it.
Very rarely is short yardage situations talked about like in a way that has like entertainment value.
Yeah.
You know, like we spend so much of our time talking about quarterbacks, and you know, I have said recently, like you turn on like ESPN and you listen to these guys on these debate shows. They talk about quarterbacks like it's a game of one-on-one basketball.
That is, they're going to talk about quarterbacks. They may talk about the defensive unit. They're going to talk about the running back position, receivers. But yet they don't really go into great detail about what really matters the most, and that's the trenches and finding ways to sustain drives.
Well, the Bills converted both of their fourth down attempts on Sunday against Jacksonville. They were short fourth down attempts, all right? And they went 4 for 5 on third down conversions of 4 yards or fewer, okay? In fact, Buffalo was 5th in the NFL this season when it comes to 3rd and 4 or 4th and 4 or shorter. Denver's defense ranked 8th defensively this season in 3rd and short efficiency. Opponents converted 50% of their attempts when needing 4 yards or fewer. So this is good on good. This is a top 5 short yardage team in Buffalo and a top 10 defensive team in Denver in those same scenarios on the other side of it.
Well, I'm telling you right now, this is something being discussed at that facility as we speak about it. It's important. You get in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, you must make a stop. But for the defense, it's like, let's not get to that point. Let's not let the Bills have a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 opportunity where they have this big offensive line, this big quarterback that's going to do the QB sneak, or a running back who has done well this year. Let's force them to go a further distance. Let's force them to go 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10 if you can, and make them one-dimensional, one-sided, where you know what they're going to have to do, pass that ball. And when you know that you know a team has to pass the ball, you pin your ears back as a pass rusher and you go after someone like Josh Allen. Knowing that Josh Allen's banged up, my guessing is he's not going to want to run around and pick up the first down himself. He's going to want to sit there, hope that his line can hold up long enough and try to pick you apart that way. So it's very important for this defense to try to get the Bills in 3rd and long situations as much as possible.
All right, it's a really important dynamic to keep one eye on Saturday afternoon. Here is Sean Payton from today talking about how practices have felt this week.
I feel like certainly it felt like a playoff week, practice week, different than, and it should, but it felt different. And I think they get it. And so, yeah, there's. But you're in that early portion of the process, and so, you know, it's a great opportunity.
This is where Sean Payton earns his money. And we've talked about Sean's genius here for a while.
Yeah.
But him getting his teams ready to play is a real skill. And obviously, like we hyper-analyze what he does or doesn't do on game day, and we'll talk about some of that with the running.
He's the head coach.
But, like, during the week, getting his team prepared to play, that's one area of trust, I think, that he has really built up here over the last 3 years.
No doubt, Zach. It's all about trust and what Sean has done with his resume. And his resume is success. Right? It's a successful resume of winning games, being in the playoffs, went to a Super Bowl, won that. So you have to trust this. You came up with the stat, I want to say Monday, where he's 4-0, Sean Payton that is, coming off a bye in the playoffs, correct? Do I got that?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
4-0 when he's got a bye, a week off before a postseason game. Yep.
So he knows how to win these type of games. He knows what he needs to do to get his defense, his offense, his special teams going. And also, I've said it multiple times, like we sat there during camp and watched Sean Payton be very detailed, where he stops practice, stops it right on a dime to explain what he wants done, what he envisions the offense, the defense looking like. He's going to do that exact same thing right now so that when they get out there on that football field and the fans are going crazy, the offense, the defense, special teams, they still know what they're doing, and they're confident. And confidence plus knowledge, all right, now you can go out there and play fast, and that's what it's all about. It's just playing fast, playing free, but it starts in practice.
Man, oh, man, oh, man. Here was Sean Payton yesterday when talking about what he expects from this home crowd to be like on Saturday.
I think, I keep saying this, for years we were conditioned to raise the noise level when they broke the huddle. The noise level needs to be loudest when they enter the huddle. And then can you do that? Hey, can we do that collectively for 120? No, I don't need it. I just need it for half the snaps in the game, right? So say 65 snaps, 10 seconds. That's a huge advantage.
You hear how emphatic he was with when he said, you need to be the loudest when they enter the huddle. Like, he's done this 3 times this year, but really emphasizing it like, guys, it's not about making noise at the line of scrimmage. It's about when they're trying to get the play into the huddle. That's when we need you.
And it's even before that. It's when the head coach puts the paper to his mouth trying to get the play across to someone like Josh Allen, and you see Josh Allen put both hands on his ears. That's when you know that you're being loud, because now Josh can't really hear what the coach is saying. And so he may get into the huddle and say, damn, I don't know what the coach wants done. We're going to have to make up a play. Maybe that leads to a turnover. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? But the crowd needs to be on point, which it is. But also, Sean, give the crowd something to latch on to. Go out there and have some explosive plays. Go out there and have these drives methodically offensively, and then defense, get the 3 and out, maybe a turnover. Give this crowd something to just eat on, feast on, so that we can keep going.
Yeah, and the slow start. The Broncos are going to win this game. They have to avoid the slow start.
Yeah.
We talked about this, I think, on Tuesday, or maybe it was yesterday. But the angst will start to creep in if this offense looks the way that it has in a lot of these home games where the home crowd is booing the offense. Now, there's going to be no boos, and hopefully, it's just a great game and they start fast, all that stuff. But the longer that sort of
goes on,
it's like the static, or stagnation. So we'll see. Okay, shifting gears here. What is Josh Allen saying about his health heading into the weekend, and what are his thoughts on this Denver Broncos defense that he'll face in less than 48 hours? That's coming up next.
Does Sean Payton have a few tricks up his sleeve for the Buffalo Bills?
It is time for you to pull out the bag of tricks. It's time for you to show Buffalo something that they hadn't seen all season long, and even going back to last year with Bo Nix. There are plays, and I believe it's Marvin Mims plays, that you can put out there for the Broncos that Buffalo hasn't seen, and it's to your advantage to do that this week.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite. If you've been in a car accident, you need experience that wins. For almost 50 years in Colorado, my firm has recovered over $1 billion for crash victims. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
What's up, everybody? It's Cecil. You'd love new windows. I'd love new windows. That's why I went to Window Nation. Why? Because I live in Roxborough. I deal with a ton of wind and cold winter months. Well, that means the higher heat bills. I don't want that. Well, how do you fight that? You fight it with new windows. Right now, Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows free sale. You can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. It's time. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Visit windownation.com now. It's windownation.com.
All right, football fans. Foundation Kia wants you to catch a ride to the playoffs in an all-new Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid.
We got cars, yes we do!
With all-wheel drive, bold style, and smart tech that reads the field, This SUV is built for the mile high.
Woohoo!
Go Gridiron. Go big savings. Go Foundation. See us in Wheat Ridge or visit foundationkia.com and catch a ride.
Catch Telestrator Tuesday weekly on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, where Stink or Stoke dive into the past weekend's games with a coach's eye, using insights into what went right and wrong on critical plays. Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union.
Love where you live, love where you bank. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
What is Josh Allen saying about this Denver Broncos defense? And how about his own health? Here is the reigning MVP talking about Vance Joseph's defense.
They've got some absolute studs over there. Obviously, they rush the passer extremely well. Interior, they're, again, some big, stout guys that can really push the pocket. And they could stop the run in the back end, too. A guy like Pat Surtain, who was Defensive Player of the Year last year, is an absolutely fantastic football player.
Josh Allen is, and Josh a little bit, and I've got to
good dude.
Got to know him a little bit. He's never going to give you like some sort of bulletin board material or anything like that.
No, but he's also gonna truly speak from it's sappy, speak from the heart. Like he's truly meaning what he's saying right there. Like he understands what he's up against, and he knows the last time he played against a dominant defense was the Houston Texans. Thursday night? Was it Thursday, Monday night?
I forget what it was.
Games.
Yeah.
It was a night game.
I just remember him getting knocked around.
8 sacks. 8 sacks.
Was it 8?
8 sacks
Wow.
and 2 interceptions. So, he's not taking this game lightly. He understands the pass rush, the four that are going to come after him. He understands that Pat Surtain's a guy that you don't want to target and throw at all day long. So, he's probably sitting in bed saying, damn, what do I need to do to win this game? I'm hurt. I'm not feeling it. But I have to go out there anyway and try to make it happen. And you know what? He's going to try, but them dogs coming out.
Yeah, this defense is real, and he knows it.
It is, yeah.
So he's just being honest.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to build up the Broncos defense. Sometimes these coaches or quarterbacks build up the other defense, and but you don't have to do that. You just have to tell the truth about this defense. And it sounded like he did exactly that. You mentioned his health. He was asked yesterday on an injury update.
I feel good. Honestly, I feel better than I have the last few weeks. I know it's a Tuesday for us, but on a Wednesday type mindset. So. Feel good.
Do you believe him?
No, I do not. I do not believe Josh Allen feels good. I mean, did you see that man's knee tweak the other way? Did you see the I thought he had a concussion, the head little injury he had.
Mm-hmm.
We had to go to the blue tent, get checked out. The finger, all right, the foot that he's going to deal with, and James Palmer said it himself that, hey, that it's a foot injury that it's going to heal when he has rest on it. He's not feeling good. Now, maybe the medication hasn't wore off just yet. And that's why he feels so good, but he's lying. The lie detector determined that was a lie. How do you feel about it? You think he's telling the truth?
I know, because when after the knee injury, his knee legitimately went sideways, and he was on his back gripping the knee. And I've seen this, and it happened to me before as well. It's like when you're squeezing the injury.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's just. I was really surprised that he was able to get up and play the way that he did.
Either like you say, this man's really, really tough, or he's a drama queen. And he just wanted a little bit more attention, a little bit more rest. He said, hold on.
No, that wasn't about being a drama queen because the cameras caught it.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it's like
ballsy.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it. It's like the GB zone where he's on a stretcher. When putting up a thumb, and the next day he's at practice.
Yeah. I don't think it's that. I think that he does have a toughness to him. We understand that.
Yeah, he's tough.
And I don't think he wants to tip the Broncos off. Hey, I'm feeling terrible, man. My knee is sore. I have hairline fractures in my hand. No, you're just not going to hear that.
He doesn't want to give an excuse too, right? Because somebody's going to take it if he goes out there and says what you just said. I have a bunch of things wrong with me.
No, because
someone's going to use that as an excuse.
There's no excuses here. Look, it's been too many trips around the sun for Josh Allen to find an excuse, right? So
you're out there, you're going to be critiqued.
Yeah.
Like, if you can play and you want to play, then you're going to go play.
That's exactly right. Here is Josh Allen talking about his shorthanded wide receiver room.
Obviously, not an ideal situation, but I still trust that room completely. Whoever we bring up needs to step up, and, we have full confidence that they will. This week is going to be very important throughout the practices that we have of making sure that we're getting on the same page with timing and just understanding where guys can go, try to utilize their strengths to the best of our abilities.
So here's the deal. Joshua Palmer, he's done. He's on IR.
Receiver, right?
Yep. Shavers, another receiver.
Yeah.
Man, and he has been impactful for the Bills. Shavers has. He's done. His ACL got torn on Saturday. Gabe Davis, his ACL got torn. Curtis Samuel has been down. It sounds like he had his window opened to come back from IR. I don't know if he's playing.
That one will come out. That news will probably come out tomorrow if he's playing, if he has his window open up. My guess is if you just had the window open up, you're probably not playing this week. It would be like we're anticipating that you play if they beat the Broncos.
Yeah. I think the big piece of injury news that Broncos country should be waiting for is the availability of Ed Oliver. And that guy, you called him a space eater, I think, a couple days ago. When he is playing his best football, he changes their defense. Him up front, I mean, he can be a problem. He can even get some pressure on the quarterback in addition to stopping the run.
I remember old Big Ed, man, and he's going to make sure that you feel it with his presence and also his voice, right? He likes to talk a lot of smack, but big dude, athletic, win healthy. And like I said, who knows how healthy he is? He might be available, but are you truly healthy? Or are you coming back because you know your team needs you? So that's two different things. No matter what, you have to keep an eye on it. And Sean's going to have to come up with a great game plan. Be creative, right? Some traps where you having a puller come and hit him right in the back of the head or the side of the head. Like things that can open up the run game and be more explosive that way.
All right. We will continue to follow that injury report in Buffalo, which was long. Did you see that thing today?
Oh, it was long time, and it's still going. And I don't know who's going to be playing for them.
Dude, there was like 15 guys on that injury report.
Yeah, they're banged up.
Yep. So Broncos are healthy and rested. We'll see what it looks like here. Okay. People have asked, hey, who am I rooting for this weekend? We will finally get to that here coming up. Also, what's the history between Sean Payton and Sean McDermott? How about Josh Allen's playoff history on the road? We'll give you 5 things you need to know before kickoff between Broncos and Bills. The sequel coming up next.
Let's go, bring it out! Denver and Buffalo are locked in for a playoff rematch in the divisional round. Kick your football Sunday off in style with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 10 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Pauls and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Every Christmas, you watch a classic movie. The one with Jimmy Stewart is caring banker George Bailey, and the one with the other kind of banker, Henry Potter. You watch It's a Wonderful Life because you are searching for someone who cares about you, a man like Jimmy Stewart's George Bailey. But you wonder, is the notion of a caring banker a fantasy? This is Glenn Jamrot. I'm president of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Alpine Bank believes in one guiding principle, caring. We believe that if we put our customers and communities first, then everything we all hope for has the chance to come true. The most valuable thing one person can give another is caring. When you care, everything else just follows. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
What's going on, guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And it's a brand new year. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping the question in 2026. And if you're ready to do that, you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. So whether you're starting the next chapter with your perfect engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or finally doing something special for yourself, this is where you need to go. This New Year's, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, treating you just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. Not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Oh gosh.
You doing all right, man?
Not really.
No? Take a deep breath.
Not really.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh my gosh! So
Oh, man.
I have been asked so many times here this week to actually like, and in some ways it's actually, if I take a step back, it's actually kind of cool that people are even remotely interested who I would pull for in a football game that I'm not involved with in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, they listen to us all the time. You know, like they know that you love two teams, the Broncos, and then you're always watching the Bills, so they want to know.
Yeah, it's just we'll get into it here in just a few minutes. Okay, we'll get into it in just a few minutes. Sean Payton spoke earlier today.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to hear from Sean in this segment. We're not going anywhere for 40 minutes. Okay. I want to talk about some of these, some of the history here, and hopefully someone is hearing this for the first time. I know actually a lot of people will be, and hopefully you get something out of this. So Sean Payton has gone up against Sean McDermott in a coordinator or head coach role actually 15 times. That is more than a little bit.
I mean, that's why they have so much respect for each other. All right, at the beginning of the week, you have Sean praising Sean McDermott praising Sean. They pass by each other with Philly,
Yep.
coaching in Philly. So there's a ton of respect there, and they played against each other. And now you're getting ready to dive deep into who was more successful, but that's the respect there. That's why there's so much there.
Yeah, and Phil, 15 times head-to-head. And obviously, Sean McDermott, before he got the Bills job in 2017, was the defensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. So he was going to see, Sean Payton a lot. So of the 15 times that they've gone head-to-head, Sean Payton is 8-7. This thing is close. 8-7. And this, again, this is supposed to be like there's this sort of framing of this game of like, well, the Broncos are just in the Bills' way. No, the Broncos are actually the favored team. The game is in Denver. The number has moved to 1.5 the last time I checked.
All right.
So there's a little hook after that one. But what I think is interesting is in the 15 times that these two coaches have gone head-to-head, Sean Payton's offense has averaged 27 points a game.
See, that's interesting, but it's not. I expect that from a Sean Payton offense, especially with the New Orleans Saints. You have Drew Brees, all right, Hall of Famer. Alvin Kamara, when he was in his prime, young and spry and ready to attack. You have Mark Ingram, very creative. That's why I said at the beginning of the week, I said I wanted to play for Sean Payton when he was with the Saints because of how creative he was with the running backs, but two, he found ways to get everybody involved, and they scored a lot of touchdowns. Did not matter. They were going to score their touchdowns.
Well, 27 points is a lot of points. If the Broncos scored 27 points on Saturday afternoon at Mile High, I would put the winning percentage at 90%.
Oh, you got to go higher than that. Let's go 95.
You think so?
95%, 27 points. I mean, we've been watching these playoff games, last week and how close they are.
Mm-hmm.
A dominant defense, and we believe, and I believe, I'm not going to speak for you, but I believe is going to, give the Buffalo Bills a lot of work, and so there's not going to be a lot of scoring going on. So if Bo Nix and the offense has been very stagnant, finds a way to put 27 points on the board, we're winning.
I think so. The one scenario, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the week to you and I think Will Peterson, is the one scenario I just don't know if I can see the Broncos winning in a shootout. Having watched this offense for the last 5-6 months, starting in August, we started this journey with the Broncos.
Yeah.
I just, now, Bills defense, they're flawed and all that, but I don't know. Like, could you see the Broncos winning 31-30?
No, I don't see. I can't see that, but also I can't imagine the Bills putting up 31 points on the Broncos defense.
Agreed.
So
agreed.
Like I don't think we're gonna have to deal with a shootout. But like you're saying, if it came down to a shootout, tell me one thing the Denver Broncos offense has done this year against a real team that lets you have that confidence saying, yeah, we would win in that shootout. I mean, the Jacksonville Jaguars is a prime example. All right, Jacksonville was able to score the points, and our offense wasn't able to maintain and find ways to sustain drives and get in the end zone.
Yeah. All right. I think this is going to be a lower scoring, methodical, slog of a football game.
It's beautiful. I love it that way. I love it.
Where each possession feels like its own mini game.
It matters.
So, all right, a couple things more here. I would caution, I'm not going to caution. I think it's a huge deal, like a 7 out of 10. If 10 is the most important thing and 1, it doesn't matter, I would say it's a 7 approaching an 8, the fact that the Broncos have the most amount of rest you can have playing a team that has the least amount of rest you can have coming off a game as physical as Buffalo-Jacksonville was.
Hands down.
But it's not a promise of anything because you go back to last year, it was the 6th seed, same seed as Buffalo, the 6th-seeded Washington Commanders who beat Tampa in the first round and then went to Detroit on a short week, same dynamic that is existing this week, went to Detroit. And it was different then because they were like a 10-point underdog. And not only did Washington win, they put it on the Detroit Lions in a way that no one saw coming. So I would just say I think it's a massive deal, the rest component, but it's a promise of nothing.
No, you got to go out there and earn your win. It does not matter. Like you earned the number 1 seed, but now you have to earn keeping that number 1 seed, keeping yourself in the playoffs. And how do you do that? Start fast. Start fast, you finish strong. Execution. Going out there making the plays, making a play that nobody's expecting and going above the X's and O's. Bo Nix taking care of that football. Evan Ingram, where are you at? We need a big-time play. Like, this is the time to do it. Everybody has to be at their best, peaking at the right time in order to beat any playoff team. All right, the Rams learned that lesson where they almost got beat last week to the Panthers. My son likes to say Panthers, to the Panthers, right? So every play is going to matter. Every snap matters. Every detail during practice, during film study matters.
Well, speaking of history, Buffalo had not won a road playoff game since going back to 1992. And now they're going to be asked to do it twice in 6 days. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Buckle up. Buckle up, buddy.
Josh Allen on the road in the NFL playoffs, okay? His record is 1-4. All right? His record is 1-4. Him as an individual, though, 278 yards a game. This is just on the road. 278 yards a game. That's a top 5 number in NFL history. 9-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. That's a top 5 number in NFL history. A passer rating of 97.7. That's a top 5 number in NFL history. And 64 rushing yards a game. That's a top 5 number in NFL playoff history. So,
he's doing his thing, no doubt. He puts up the stats. He's going to be ready to play. But you said a long time ago, hey, it's a team sport.
Oh, totally.
I'd rather him go for all them stats and us find a way to win that damn game.
And here's the thing, Phil. And I have not said this week, but after really diving into all this stuff for the last 4 days, I believe the Buffalo Bills have the single best player on the field on Saturday in Josh Allen. But the Broncos have a better team. The Broncos, top to bottom, are a better football team than the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's go like basketball terms, right? Like there's a team out there that says, hey, let Jokic score all the points.
Right.
Make sure everybody else is taken care of. Let Jokic score all the points and we'll win that game. All right, this is about a team effort. So if Josh wants to go for godly numbers, let him. By the end of that game, all right, this is a team sport. This is not even Superman himself needs help at times.
Correct.
When kryptonite hits you.
Correct.
So if there's no team around Josh by the end of that game, they are not winning it. So let him go for his stats. Just make sure you take care of that run game. Stop the run and try to let Josh Allen beat you. And let's see if Josh Allen is Superman.
Well, we'll see. One thing that Josh Allen has done a much better job of here in recent years, at the start of his career, he was just a bad decision maker, like a lot of young men just in life, right?
Of course.
You don't make great decisions. But when he was out on that football field, he was a bad decision maker. And I'm talking about 2018, 19, 20, 21. But here recently, he has really cleaned it up. He has 0 interceptions in his last 6 playoff games. He also has 0 interceptions in his last 6 games played this season. And to further illustrate it, man, this is kind of crazy. Because the narrative, I think, the narrative in general with Josh is that he'll throw you the ball, right? I heard that a conversation like that even as recent as today. The reality is that Josh Allen has 165 consecutive passing attempts without a pick. That's the longest active streak in the NFL. But if you isolate it to just the playoffs, 186 playoff attempts without a pick. He is 14 passing attempts away from having the 5th longest streak in NFL history in the postseason without throwing an interception.
He's developed. Right? He's the experience and understanding, like, okay, I know what that looks like. I'm not throwing that way again. Like, that's why experience matters. And so Josh is playing great football. He's taking care of the football. That's why they're winning games, right? We know that's the secret recipe to this game. If Bo Nix can take care of the football, score a couple touchdowns, the defense can do what we think they can do, that's how you beat the Buffalo Bills, taking care of the football. Now, I will say this. Josh, from what I've heard in the building when it comes to the defense with VJ, is there's a couple wrinkles that VJ is going to throw at Josh at some point. We don't know when it's coming. And we talked about it earlier, Zach, with Spagnuolo with the Chiefs last year in the playoff game, not blitzing when Josh, or not blitzing the whole game, then blitzing at that last play that Josh didn't know it was coming. So with VJ, what are you going to do? How does that look? Where's the pressure coming from? We know there's pressure coming Josh's way because he's banged up. All right, he's limping. He's going out there with one leg. We know that. Now, he can sit here and say he feels good, but my man is lying. So where's that pressure coming from, and when are you going to have that little magic touch, that play that maybe Josh Allen isn't used to coming his way?
Well, this is Vance Joseph talking about preparing for someone like the reigning MVP.
Yeah, I mean, it's a way to win every game, and obviously his legs are special. He's got good size. He can make every single throw. That's not different for us, but you can't simulate it, obviously. If you could, you would, but you can't, right? It's one Josh Allen, and he lives in Buffalo. He'll show up Saturday morning, we got to get him stopped. But it's ways to win every game, and we have to practice that way and have a plan that way and adjust quickly, and obviously put the fires out when they come. But that's our job, and, I'm hoping we play our best football Saturday. It's time. It's been a long, good year for our defense. Some ups and downs, but it's time to play our best ball. That's the expectation.
That's the expectation. If the Denver Broncos defense plays their best football, Denver will be playing in the AFC Championship game next weekend.
They win this game. We know that. They're the backbone of the team. Have short fields for Bo Nix. All right, flip the field. Get that turnover. All right, the sacks, the pressure, that has to come because now you start getting the sacks, maybe a turnover, then all of a sudden you look up and you're listening to that crowd noise and it's going to get even crazier. All right, you get some momentum going your way. You instill some confidence into Bo Nix, into Sean Payton, the play caller. That's what you're looking for. It starts defensively, and that's why I hope the defense is out there first during this game. Set the tone. Get after Josh Allen's ass. Let him know it's going to be a long day. Chirp a little bit, and then you go to work.
All right, I'll give you one more number to watch, and then we'll start getting into some of the Sean Payton audio from today and talk about some of the rushing dynamics offensively for the Denver Broncos that we need to talk about. But I think something to just put in your back pocket in terms of something to monitor during Saturday afternoon's game is James Cook yardage from scrimmage. Now, this isn't gospel, but it's there's enough contrast here to share it. So the Bills this year, they became the first team since the 85 Bears to lead the NFL in carries, rushing yards, and rushing touchdowns. And, of course, this is spearheaded by James Cook, who led the league in rushing this year. The number 100. Can this Broncos defense keep James Cook to under 100 yards from scrimmage? When James Cook went for 100 yards from scrimmage, and, of course, this is rushing the ball along with his receiving yards. When he got to 100 yards, the Bills were 11-1. When he failed to get there, the Bills were 1-4. That is going to be a big deal, Phil.
The main goal is stop the run. We all know if you cannot stop the run, that team's going to control the clock. They control the game. They control the physicality of the game, and it's demoralizing to watch it. It's demoralizing to be on that field knowing you can't stop it. So stop the run and force Josh Allen to beat you. This is like the Jokic thing we just got done talking about, right? It's like the superstar there. Let the superstar be the superstar, but the role players, don't let them get involved. All right, and if you do that and you force Josh Allen to beat you with his arm and his legs, you're going to have more success. Why? Because Josh Allen does not have the weapons out there offensively, like the receivers, that I'm sitting there confident that he can beat you with. Now, if they have that run game and they're able to run it down your throat and then open up the pass, and now the play action opens up, it's going to be a long day for us.
All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Hour number 4 here on a Thursday, as we are less than 48 hours before kickoff between Bills and Broncos, the sequel.
I can hear it now. Josh Allen steps up. Now he's running for his life. Where is he going? Oh, it's picked off. Jaquan McMillan to the house.
Hey, that could absolutely happen.
The crowd goes wild. What is that? Zach By running on the football field already? He just started.
when this Bills defense, because I would put, look, I think Houston has the best defense in the NFL playoffs.
I mean, you had to watch that Monday night, man. I mean, they single-handedly beat the Steelers.
But I think that Denver's in their class.
Yeah.
And I think they're the second best defense in the NFL playoffs. And when Josh Allen and the Bills stepped up in competition and played that Texans team, man, it was ugly.
8 sacks, 2 interceptions. Josh, he didn't throw for a touchdown either. Now, when they were banged up on the offensive line too. Now, I remember watching that game, and Will Anderson and Hunter, they were getting after Josh. I mean, frustrating him. I want to say Josh threw his helmet. Now, I may be wrong, but he was frustrated.
He did throw his helmet. That's a very good memory.
Did you pick it up from him?
I did not.
Here you go, sir.
I have a 200-foot order to stay away from Josh after the last incident. He's got to order protection. So like when they stepped up and played a defense of this caliber, Josh was running for his life. He really was. And that's why I say if this Broncos defense plays their best football on Saturday, Denver's going to win. Denver's going to be hosting an AFC championship game 8 days into the future. And by the way, if they do beat Buffalo, the Broncos will have another additional day of rest built in because they're playing on Saturday.
They're destined, right? This is destiny for them. They just have to handle business. They have to go out there with the right focus, start fast, finish strong. The game is in your hands, right? This is what you wanted, Sean. This is what we wanted, Broncos country. Now let's see if we come out on top.
All right, I know I've been asked a bunch here. Who are you actually rooting for? We'll get to that here just in a little bit later in this segment because I want to prioritize Sean Payton here over me. Here is Sean on if he has brought up last year's playoff game to the team this week.
I really haven't brought up last year's playoff game. Look, I think it was a different team and looked at the film, and certainly it's in the cut-ups. I think that what's at stake is like if you're an NFL professional athlete or coach or, man, if you can't get excited to get to the next game and know where you're at, I think our focus is more on the things that we know to be true and making sure we're trying to practice those in these 3 days. What we know to be true, turnovers, what we know to be true, the fundamentals, what we know to be true early on. Those are the things that we can control. That's really been more the focus. And that's a good question, but let's say we were playing a team that had beaten us this year, then it might be a little, but it's a different team, than last year.
It is, but in a lot of ways it's not. There are a lot of the same characters that were in that game a year ago. In fact, we talked about this in August. Denver had the highest retention rate of any team in the NFL. So it will be, Court will be out there. It's the same offensive line. It's still Bo.
But does this team look different? Now take away the names, right? We know that they're the same. They're a little older now. They're there. But is the team different?
Yes, the team, I think, is more believable than they were a year ago.
And I think that's where he's going with that. It's a different mentality. And you said it best when we first started this journey in the summertime. The seriousness of this team.
Yep.
All right, the maturity of this team. The mentality of it was we're going to win a Super Bowl this year. And Sean set that tone early and let everybody know that they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. So going into this game, you have the Denver Broncos that are looking at the Bills like, we're 14-3. We have the number 1 seed.
Right.
You're coming to us. We're not the babies anymore. You guys are the ones sitting there crying because you say you're on a short week. That's your problem, not ours. So and I think that's what Sean's saying, like when it comes to the team, it's just different because the mentality is Super Bowl or bust. That's what their mentality is. And it's someone like the Buffalo Bills that they feel like it's in their way.
Well, if I were Sean, I probably wouldn't emphasize last year's game either. Not. I mean, maybe you mention it, but like.
Yeah, I mean, 7:30 was it 7-31?
Yeah, it was 30.
Like 31-7.
But I'll say this though. Like, the score is easy to remember. 31-7, right? Okay, it was a blowout. It ended up being a blowout. Do you remember what the score was at halftime?
It was 7-10, right?
You're on it, Phil.
10-7. I always get that. 10-7.
You're good. It was 10-7 at halftime. And if you remember, in that second half, it was tight. That crowd was anxious. And Josh Allen found Ray Davis, the running back, on 4th down, going from right to left in the back of the end zone. And it was a controversial call. And I think he caught it. I think they got the call right. But they had to look at it. Like, it was super, like, razor-thin margin of whether he caught that ball or not. And that sort of changed the momentum of the game. And then in the fourth quarter, like, things just got away from the Denver Broncos. But that was 10-7 at halftime. Final score 31-7, okay, but the texture of the game didn't feel like a blowout for most of that afternoon.
And then there you go, 10-7 at halftime with the team that was young, right? Young, really didn't know too much. And this is why, for me, it's like, Sean, experience matters. You have Bo Nix in a situation where now he's going into a second playoff appearance.
Yep.
Troy Frank is another one. Marvin Mims. All right, there's a bunch of players on this team that were a part of that ass whooping that they took, and now they're ready to be the ones handing out the butt whooping.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll leave that where it lies. More here from Sean Payton. This is the head coach of the Broncos on the Bills having a great pass defense, but a poor run defense.
What's interesting, and this is, Sean's done a great job when we talk about complementary football. There are a few things that are unique. The opponent's averaging 9 drives, and so, man, if their offense is possessing the ball with the run and the pass, and then, like, we looked at the red zone tape, and there's less red zone snaps because they haven't, and so time of possession, like, there are a number of things that they do well together. They're going to stay on top. They'll pressure you, and so how do you counteract that? The early down efficiency is going to be really important.
The early down efficiency is going to be really important, and we talked about this. Guys,
and we're good.
One of the listen to
Come
you.
on.
One of the biggest themes to this game, and we did talk about it earlier in the show a couple times, is that it's the short yardage situation.
Yeah.
It's not a sexy topic. It's not going to lead SportsCenter, but this is one of the best short yardage teams in Buffalo when it comes to 3rd and 4 or less and 4th and 4 or less. And then meanwhile, on the other side, the Broncos are 8th in the NFL in stopping opposing offenses on 3rd and 4 or less or 4th and 4 or less. Today
is Thursday, so today would be, because we're playing Saturday, today is the 3rd down day. So you're going and you're repping the 3rd down plays, 3rd and short, 3rd, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're doing 3rd and long. This is the 3rd down day for both offense and defense, which is going to be so important. Can you stay on the field as an offense, find a way to sustain that drive, give yourself another fresh set of downs to try to methodically go down the field and score a touchdown? Defensively, what are you going to do to try to stop this team from converting the 3rd and 4th down? Because the Bills will go for it on 4th down. And what do? You have to make it 3rd and long. Put it in Josh Allen's hands. Take it out of the running back's hands. Because even with Josh Allen 3rd and 2, he's going to just lean forward with his 6'6", 6'5" body and pick up the first down with the big boys in front of him. 3rd and long, 3rd, 8, 9, and 10. Now you're forcing Josh Allen to try to throw into a coverage, knowing that that's his only way to pick up that first down.
All right, it's a massive, massive theme on Saturday afternoon. Here is one more from Sean Payton on how difficult it is to stick with the run game when it isn't working.
Look, I'll make a note on the sheet, run it. It's important. The thing that I have to continue that changes as you get older is you still have to be quick. like, play just ran, boom, next play. I said this, look, when I was younger, like, we'd run a reverse on the 8-yard line, and I think nothing of it. And as you get older, you think about all the ramifications and so I have to also remove that. You know, it was said as you get older, you know, maybe you don't drive in the rain at night. You begin to, I can't let that happen as a play caller. And sometimes you know, that's something that I have to mentally make sure it's quick and decisive, and it's daring at the right time, not reckless, but those are things that I find that are challenges compared to when I was 33 in New York, or, you know, in my whatever. And part of that is being raised by a father who was in casualty claims and insurance, who, you know, we had no trampolines, we had no swimming pools, we couldn't ride motorbikes. We knew where every sharp edge was, and it was like, and so, but anyway, I think that's the thing that I've got to focus on.
Dude.
Ooh-wee.
I have listened to every single Sean Payton press conference in the last 3 years, every single one of them.
Yeah.
That is one of the more fascinating 90-second responses, if not the single most fascinating 90-second response that he has ever given.
Zach, I have it written down right here. Now, I may not have spelled it right, but it says most vulnerable he's ever been when it's talking to the media. Now, I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. Like, I like that he opened up, right? And maybe, you know, he's having a little self-talk, a little heart-to-heart with himself. But, like, the Sean Payton I know is that big, bad, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to go for that onside kick in the Super Bowl because I have that much confidence in my team. And I think he's looking at himself saying, you know, there's a little doubt in himself. Does he still have that fastball? Sean, just let it loose. Trust Bo. Trust the offensive line that you put together. Trust that defense and VJ and what they're doing. Trust what you have put out there and what you have said about going to this Super Bowl. I just didn't like it because it's like, dude, you are him. You've been there. You're doing something that Sean McDermott's trying to do. You've already done it. This is your time. I really want to cuss because it's like, Sean, you know what you're doing, man. Go out there, handle business, come out with this win because you are that guy. They want to be just like you. They want to see what it feels like to get to a Super Bowl and win it. They want to see what it feels like to be a Hall of Famer one day. That's who you are. Man.
It was fascinating. And great little rant there.
Sorry, man.
No,
I mean,
what are you saying sorry for?
Come on, man.
Dude,
it's Sean Payton.
I absolutely love it. I love that was your takeaway. Because here's the real deal, guys. Sean Payton stepped up to the podium when we're on the air. Okay, so that's the first time that we heard that response, okay? I love what you said. And you could tell there is some self-doubt, you know, and I don't know if that comes from a lack of trust in himself or a lack of trust in Bo Nix.
Wow.
But him saying, man, when I was young, I'd run a reverse on the 8-yard line and not think anything of it. And now I think of everything that can go wrong. I got to be honest with you, man. That is, that's like so many of us in real life. Because I think of the decisions that I used to make in my 20s. Bro, how reckless they were. And just thinking of in the moment, this is what I want to do. Right? Like I've talked to you about jumping on trains.
Yeah.
Like what a stupid thing that you could do. Having too many drinks and then driving home. Like stuff like that. There's just like you get older and you're like, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. You know, and there's a million other things that could be applied to. But in terms of like Sean, the play caller, he has got to be the best version of himself on Saturday. He's got to.
Yeah. This is not checkers. This is chess. You have to be 2 steps ahead. That's something he's always been a part of or has done. He's always had second, third, fourth options ready to go, and he has to have that going into this game. But what you said earlier about Bo, I think that's what this has to come down to. When Sean has had a lot of his success, it's been with Drew Brees, somebody that you can trust because he's been there for a long time, and you guys been together for a long time.
Yep.
This is year 2 for Bo and Sean, and they're still trying to figure each other out. But you're going to have to trust that young man because he's all you got, and he has helped us get to where we are today. Let that man go and do his thing.
Well, and it was also fascinating to hear him say, hey, some of this comes from my dad being a casualty insurance agent.
Yeah.
And you think of all the circumstances that people die, you know, and just the freak things that can happen. And it's the stuff that keeps me up at night thinking about my kids.
For sure.
Right? And so he's like, hey, we didn't have a trampoline. We didn't have a pool. We knew where every sharp edge was. And I just think that is fascinating. And it really does just it smacks of just life. It really does. And the way that we are as either a young man or woman, and whether you're 17 or 23, you think about what feels right in the moment. And then as you get older, you think about the things that could go wrong.
Yeah.
Way beyond that moment. And things that could last in a meaningful way, in a negative way, should you go and do the thing that you're thinking about doing. And it's
powerful, man.
No doubt. So fascinated to see, you know, 'cause it sounds like based on him answering that question, he is so self-aware that he has become more risk-averse as a coach.
Like parents.
Yes. And it sounds like because he is so aware of it, that, hey, he's going to himself, hey, you got to be quick. You can't just overthink these plays. You have to be quick.
Just go with it.
And so I would say, based on that sort of vibe, that Sean is going to be aggressive on Saturday.
Ooh-wee.
That's what it sounds.
Aggressive. It does. It sounds like he's just saying, you know what? I'm going to be who I've been this whole time. That what's got me here. And Bo Nix, whether he's ready or not, this is his time. He's the leader of this team, correct? He's our franchise quarterback.
Totally.
It's time. It's time to show the world what we can do together. And you have to be aggressive if you're going to beat the Bills. Now, it's about being calculated. Sean, if the run's working, stick with the run.
Yep.
Zach, you said it on Tuesday or Monday where it's like Liam Cohen messed himself up by not sticking with the run.
Yep.
If it's working, continue to do it and build off of that. Don't get in your head that you have to pass the ball and win that way. Just find a way to win the game however it comes and stick with it and get in some rhythm.
Well, he actually said, I'm going to run it on my play sheet. A year ago, he was mad that Amazon caught that image.
Yeah.
A year later, he's telling you he's going to put it on his play sheet. So that is really, really interesting. Okay, you want to have this conversation?
Well, let's have it.
All right, so we touched on it earlier in the week on Monday, once they crystallized that the Broncos were going to play the Bills. And I know most people understand this dynamic, but I'm going to share it anyway. My whole family's from Buffalo. I never lived in Buffalo. I lived 5 hours east. So it'd be like here to Grand Junction type of distance. And grew up a big Bills fan. Both my parents from Buffalo, both my grandparents, all my aunts and uncles. So that's sort of the dynamic here. And this is there's a bunch of different ways to do this job, and I know I'm repeating myself from Monday's first segment, but I only know one way to do it, and that's just to be myself.
Yeah.
And I think that to say that I'm conflicted is an understatement, because this isn't like a shtick. You know what I mean? It's not like a bit for radio.
Yeah.
That's not really what this is. And because I have, fallen in love with this community and I root for these teams, and it directly impacts this job. And so there's two lines of thought here. One, let me just say this, and no one's going to want to hear this. And by the way, don't. I've just closed the RamosLaw.com text line, so I'm not going to see anything that because here's the thing.
Yeah, someone's going to say some stuff they're not supposed to.
Most people in general are great. You give me all the grief for being a Bills fan, right? I understand it, but like there's like 1 out of 10, 9 out of every 10 people, they're going to give me a hard time. But it's sports hate. That's different than actual hate. But there's 1 out of 10 that will send me like a really ugly message.
Yeah.
About my family and about the and I don't like seeing that stuff. So I don't text in here for the next handful of minutes anyway. And you fall in love with this community and you pull for these teams, and my head genuinely wants the Broncos to win this game. And I think it'd be the best thing for this town. It'd be the best thing for this show.
Yes.
And I think, and this hasn't been confirmed to me, so I hope I'm not talking out of school, but I think we'd have a great chance to go to the Super Bowl, as a show.
Yeah, you would think to go there and
I've never been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that would be a lifetime experience. So in a lot of ways, this is so feels crappy, but whoever wins the game, I'm just moving forward with that team. I'm not asking permission. I'm just moving forward with that team. But there is this part of my DNA is rooted in loyalty. I have friends at home that I probably shouldn't be friends with, but I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just how it is. And I think that naturally, I think I want to pull for the Broncos. But I can't. It would feel dirty inside to just turn my back on the Bills.
Mm.
And I think that if most people listening, if you said, hey, if you're a fan of a team for the first 30 years of your life, and then you get a job in a different market, do you just flip? Like so many other, there's so many media members in our market that grew up fans of other teams that come to Denver, then they just act like those teams didn't exist. I'm thinking of someone, and this is no hate, but I'm thinking of someone who's got a tattoo of a different team on their body. They were so passionate.
Yeah.
They have a tattoo of a team on their body, and then they act like it doesn't exist. And I just can't do it. I don't think I'll be actively rooting for anyone during the actual game to be 100%. And we'll see how I actually feel in that moment. But I'm not just going to turn my back on the Bills. And I think that if you had, say you raise Phil's going to be a Bronco fan, right?
Yeah.
Say you raise him up and he's a Bronco fan and he gets involved in the business world or something and he moves away at 30 years old. Say he moves to Seattle and he comes home and he's wearing all Seahawks gear.
What's going
happened?
on?
Like, what, really?
Your wife punked you?
And it's really? Dang. And, one of the first things I did when I turned 18 is I went to the tattoo parlor and got a tattoo on my back that says brothers are forever.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I am. So despite me being wildly conflicted and wanting what's best for the Broncos in this show in this town, at the end of the day, I'm not just going to turn my back on the Bills.
Now, and you know what, Z? That's perfectly fine. That's the team you grew up watching. Well, the question becomes you that's your team. Do you think the Broncos will end up winning though?
I do. I think
that's the difference.
I think they're the better team. I think that Josh Allen is the best player on the field and his impact because he touches the football every play. But the Broncos are a better team.
Yeah.
And I remember, and I'm not one of these, and I hope you guys know this, and I know you know this, but I'm not a super fan. I don't come in here and slurp and do all this stuff.
No.
The Bills were 4-0, and what did I say?
You said, hey, it was fugazi, right? It's not real.
They're not as good as everyone says that they are. I think this is the fourth best Bills team that they've had. So while I'm not going to root against the Bills, I'm not going to turn my back against the Bills. The Broncos are the better team. The Broncos are playing at home. I think the Broncos are going to win the game.
And see, that's what this is about, right? It's not about putting the orange glasses on and rooting for a team and like people want to say slurp just because they think it helps the ratings and stuff like that. It's about being real. It's about breaking down the two teams and explaining how both teams can end up winning that game. And so although you're a Bills fan, you think the Denver Broncos are going to end up on top.
I do. And the Broncos are favored to win.
And the Broncos right now are favored to win, and they should be because of the built-in rest, because of Sean Payton, because of the defense, and because we're just that damn good this year. 14-3 for a reason. Give me the Denver Broncos, baby.
And feel free to give me hell. Feel free. Give me all the grief. This is sports, and I'm not talking about the ugly messages because and some of the hate stuff, like the legitimate hate, like sports hate. Good, have fun with it. Actual hate, telling me what you're gonna do or about my family, like no, please no. So all right, give me all the grief. Dare we open up the RamosLaw.com text line? We'll give it a spin. Coming up next.
As the top seed in the AFC, are the Broncos being shown enough respect?
This team can play with anyone. They can play with anyone. So we can't forget this is a 14-3 football team also. So I think some people have forgotten that. But I'm fired up, and I like this team, and I like their chances this week.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I am down 60 pounds with SodaWeightLoss.com, and the weight came off naturally. And I'll tell you, having my own nutritionist, someone who is always available by text, made all the difference. It's real support from a real person. That keeps you consistent. SodaWeightLoss.com is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results. Clients look and feel just like I do, 10 years younger. You're moving easier, you sleep better, you get your confidence back, and it is awesome. And with nearly 9,000 plus positive Google reviews, the results speak for themselves. And here's the best part. Join now, and your partner joins for free. You start together, you support each other, and you both get younger feeling, healthier versions of yourselves. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SodaWeightLoss.com, SOTA weightloss.com. Learn how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, and transform your life, just like I did with SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt. Eliminate the stress and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December, guys. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That's a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. Guys, that's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Football fans, playoff season is here, and Foundation Chevrolet is kicking off with the Start the Year in Drive sales event. Catch a ride to the playoffs in an all-new Chevy Silverado. Built tough, powerful off the line, and ready for every mile-high touchdown. Together, let's drive. Go Gridiron, go big, big savings. Go Foundation. See us in Wheat Ridge or visit FoundationChevrolet.com and catch a ride.
Foundation rules. Let's go.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, so that's the deal. That's the deal.
That's the deal.
Just the truth. Just the truth. And
the truth is, you think the Broncos are going to win?
I do think. Well, and the Broncos are favored to win, so that's not like some hot take. Anilo Pirro from DenverSports.com drops by. That's the deal, AP.
I'm proud of you, Zach.
That's the deal. I know a lot of people upset, and that's okay. And a lot of people saying, you want to know what? Hey, there's no hate at all. Much respect. Like sticking to your guns. You know what I mean? And
this is sports. This is sports.
It is sports. It is. But some people are crazy.
Oh, I know, man. Especially when money's involved. The text messages that I used to get after games. If you don't go for that 100 yards, the slur words and then racist words that come out of people's mouth. I mean,
dude,
acting like you don't see them in the street, you can do something. Like it's crazy. It's crazy what people do when they're behind a screen.
It is crazy, man. And like I said, like I'm good with almost all of it, but it's like it's the 8% or 5% of people that just take it too far. Like just take it way too far.
Yeah.
And do use slurs and talk, bring up your family, and it's just come on. It's not that.
It's not that deep.
This isn't that. Give me your quick outlook on this game. How do you frame this, Anilo?
Well, the one thing I could tell you, having been at practice every day this week and for a majority of the season as well, the one thing I think that bodes well for Broncos country that I can attest to is I've been in that locker room after every single game, minus the Chiefs game because I was under the weather, unfortunately, including the game where they clinched the 1 seed, including the loss to Jacksonville. That, to me, is the definition of a locker room that does not get too high, does not get too low. Yeah. They are a very, very even-keeled team, which I think bodes well for this Broncos team heading into this matchup. Now, that said, the one thing I've talked about with some of you guys all week and the fellas around the station, I think Buffalo has advantages at two positions, the two obvious ones, right? Josh Allen at quarterback over Bo Nix. I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. And James Cook at the running back position versus the tandem of R.J. Harvey or Jaleel McLaughlin. Yeah. I think everywhere else across the field, the Broncos have the advantage. Wide receivers, cornerbacks, pass rush, we could talk about that as well. So I think the interesting dynamic in this game is Buffalo, I would think, is going to attack a lot with outside passes to their running backs and up the middle with their tight ends. If you're the Buffalo Bills, you want to attack Alex Singleton. You want to attack Dre Greenlaw, which is probably the biggest weak point of this Broncos defense. And on the flip side, what I was telling you in the break, Bo Nix has probably had the most trouble in his NFL career going up against zone defenses.
Zone pressure.
Which is the style where you don't really diagnose what's going on right away, where you have to think a lot more as a quarterback and process that in real time. That's the type of defense that Buffalo brings to the table. So it's going to be a fascinating matchup, but I do think Buffalo has some traits that profile well to Denver's weaknesses. The question is Denver resilient enough, and can they adjust as the game goes along? I think they have a very good chance to win this game.
Man, the spread, Dante, is the spread still 1.5?
Last I checked, yes.
Okay. Vegas, they can't decide on this game. This thing has kind of gone back and forth. I think today is the first day that there's a hook on the other end of the one, which I would assume that some money is coming in on Denver to move that line, Anilo.
And I think that makes sense because there has to be some level of respect, whether it's from the whale bettors out there or just the general public.
Say whale bet. Tell people whale better.
Please do. Guys that bet big money, sharp action, guys that do this for a living, right? That are going to put 6 figures plus down on a game that can move the line and sometimes actually work with Vegas to adjust lines or how lines come out. When I thought the Broncos were going to open up as a slight favorite, which they essentially did for the blink of an eye before it immediately shifted to Buffalo, and now it's back to Denver. The reality situation is this is a 14 regular season win Denver Bronco team, the number 1 team in the AFC. There has to be some level of respect, and you were just talking about it with me in the break. This is maybe, the 4th best Buffalo Bills team in the last handful of seasons, and Josh Allen is incredible, but this is not the Buffalo Bills team of last season. So I was a bit surprised. And honestly, once I saw the Bills become a favorite, now it's flipped, of course, I thought the Bills might go up and up and up. That has not been the case. So the fact that the money is coming back towards the Broncos tells you there's a combination of big bets and whale bettors, but also the general public feeling like Denver was a little disrespected by being the underdog.
I mean, I feel like they were a lot disrespected just because of what the things you listed and being 8-1 this year at home. 8-1 this year at home, having that home field advantage does matter. And so let's see what the Denver Broncos can do.
And the way that I look at it, I know it's hindsight now, but the New England Patriots, who are the 2 seed, were laying 3.5 at home against the Chargers. And I think the Chargers and the Bills are comparable with respect to skill set.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So it's like New England with this Drake May and Mike Vrabel Coach of the Year conversation. They get the respect of being 3.5-point home favorites. But Denver, the 1 seed with a week off against a banged up Buffalo Bills team, is essentially a pick'em.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it comes back to Josh Allen. It does. They give him so much respect. No one you can't make a bigger impact in sports than a quarterback can to a NFL offense. And so I think that has something to do with it. But if you just put it all on paper, I think the Broncos have the better offensive line. Mm-hmm. I think they have the better between the 2 defensive lines. That one's close. I think the Broncos have the better secondary. I think the Broncos have the better coach. I think the best unit on the field. If you added up offense, special teams, and defense from each team, and you have 6 units, the best single unit is the Denver Broncos defense. Mm-hmm.
And the best punt and kick returner, which will matter, guys. It's going to matter what Marvin Mims does with his reps as a punt and kick returner.
And Will Lutz as well.
Exactly, and Will Lutz as well.
Hey, that dynamic right there. You talk about stuff that's not going to lead SportsCenter. Matt Prater is 100 years old, and he's been dealing with an injury. Now, I know he made some kicks last week, but Will Lutz has been not only a model of consistency, he's the most accurate kicker in the history of the Denver Broncos. So to think that could not come into play, like a kick hasn't ruined a Bills season in the past, right? There's a lot of check marks for the Broncos, but I think that the Josh Allen factor, because honestly, guys, if we were doing this job in Jacksonville last week, the Jags had the better offense by almost every metric, had the better defense by almost every metric, had the better special teams by almost every metric, and there Josh Allen was dragging his team across the finish line.
Well, and this is where, and I know we're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow, Jacksonville did a lot of zone, 80% zone against Josh Allen. You can't do that. He's going to pick you apart. The difference is the Denver Broncos are going to do a lot of man and doing the man pressure. That's going to be different knowing that it's man-to-man. You have to win your one-on-one, but also Josh is going to have to get that ball out of his hands, and he's not looking at a zone trying to find out where that honey hole is. He's just going to have to get the ball out of his hands.
All right, what did we learn today in Denver sports? We'll take a look back and tell you what you need to know coming up next.
Will Sean Payton's offense come out swinging after a long break? Will the Broncos defense avenge the blowout loss to the Bills last postseason? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling on this Thursday evening. Are you fired up for Friday? You ready to attack the weekend with great vigor? You have stuff planned? Or are you dragging yourself to the finish line of this week? Maybe you're feeling sluggish, low energy. The sleep patterns are off. You are falling asleep after dinner, maybe. You're dealing with brain fog. All right, maybe you're putting on weight. Guys, believe it or not, all this stuff could be tied back to low testosterone, which does happen to us men as we age. You didn't do anything wrong, but I encourage you, go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com and take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. Takes you 2 minutes or less. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you and discuss your options. There's no pressure. Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Fellas, you got one life to live. Don't spend yours wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident, more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
The Stock Show is a staple of Denver. For 66 years, so is Siltahar Motors, Colorado's most trusted dealership. You don't last 66 years by cutting corners. You do it by keeping your word, by treating customers like neighbors, by earning trust, not just asking for it. That's the Siltahar way. Always has been. This Stock Show season gets 0% financing and leases under $300 a month on the best trucks and SUVs in Denver. Call, click STHmotors.com, or come by Highway 36 in Wadsworth. Either way, you get everything you want out of a dealership at Siltahar Motors.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for almost 50 years, my firm has stood beside families recovering from car accidents. We live here, we work here, and we fight for people here. Over the years, we've helped our clients win more than $1 billion, giving them the compensation they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, you don't have to face it alone. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit willhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or willhitewins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan.
Final segment here on a Thursday. What did we learn today in Denver sports? That's how we'll finish up. Anilo Piro sticking around, as well as the scrappy one, the scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys?
How we doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Scrappy. Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Had to out myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. Like 520 to 527. I was a little worried about you. It sounded like you were getting a little emotional.
My man was over here shaking like a stripper.
Man, you know what? I only know how to be myself, and that's it. And so I just let the chips fall, where they may. And look, because I. Oh, God.
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah,
real quick.
Of course.
So my gut question to all that was, if the Bills had a Lombardi, would you feel differently?
Yes. Yep. Because I can tell you, I think, if the Bills went and won the Super Bowl this year for whatever reason, I don't think that's going to happen. But if they did, and the same game was played next year, it'd be a different answer. It just would. Because how crazy would it be if I bailed on the Bills and then they went and won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That wouldn't feel good.
No. And it's probably the most tortured franchise in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously losing 4 in a row, and then the last 5-6 years, the losses they've had. If they had just gotten one, I thought you'd feel differently. So it was interesting to hear you confirm
1,000%.
that.
And also you have to realize that when I'm talking about the Bills, I'm also talking about a bunch of people that I care about. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different. It's just different. It's people I love. So
well, and it's a tortured fan base.
Totally.
That these people that you love have have had their heart broken year after year after year. Like in Denver, we've reached the mountaintop 3 times, for our football team. That's pretty rare.
That's not enough.
Box has been checked. So to your point, yeah.
I'm 35 years old, and I remember 3 titles in 3 parades.
That's insane.
And I've lived here my whole life.
That's insane.
There's 35-years-olds in Buffalo who all they remember is just getting their heart stomped on.
Totally. But yeah, with this specific dynamic, and I don't have another sports team like this, but like when I'm thinking of the Bills, I'm thinking of my grandpa.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like it's just a little bit different. It's just a little bit different.
If it was Avs Sabres in a Stanley Cup, would you even blink?
Not even. I wouldn't even blink. I haven't watched the Sabres game in 25 years.
Yeah.
It's like but it's just weird because I was always the guy who was like, you can't have 2 teams. You can't. And then I moved to Denver, and I'm like the natural organic tug to pull for these teams that like I'm going to the games. It's my community. Here's another example. If they said, hey, Zach, we'll give you $20,000 more than you're making right now, but you have to move to Buffalo and do the same job at 550 WGR, the flagship of the Bills, the answer would be no. I wouldn't.
You see it outside? You see how beautiful it is here?
No,
Hell no.
It's so much even more than that. I just wouldn't even think about it,
No.
But it's just a little bit different because
Look, your heart, you love Buffalo because that's where you grew up watching and your family is. But they're gonna probably get that ass handed to them, and there's gonna be a lot more, people crying over it over there in Buffalo.
Maybe so. But look, it is what it is. What did we learn today in Denver sports, fellas? Dre Greenlaw good to go for Saturday.
That's big.
Right? I told Phil, I want to see Dre Greenlaw make some plays. We haven't really seen that this year.
The interception with against the Commanders being something, going out there having some tackles, but making that impact. The reason why we paid him so much money is to be on that field, be available, and make plays.
And I heard you and James talking about this yesterday on the way home.
Yeah,
where it's like, okay, what plays can you think of from Dre Greenlaw? Like, what's the second play that you think of?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
He's been a bit quiet relative to expectation, and I know he's been banged up with the injuries. And even when he's been on the field, though, it's not the same impact that I thought the Broncos were getting when they brought him in this offseason.
Yeah.
What's the number 1 headline from the guy this year? He got suspended.
Yeah.
That's the top
I
headline.
forgot about the suspension. Yeah.
And it wasn't his fault. He was backing up Stranad, and the official was out of line. But when you think of Dre Greenlaw and the 2025 Broncos, you think of the suspension. The good news, he goes out and has 3 great games. No one will care. Worth every penny if he goes and has 3 great games.
You can say the same thing for
Evan Ingram. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
You go out there and have 3 fantastic games, we're going to be like, that's why we paid you all that money. That's why you're a Denver Bronco, because you made the plays when they matter the most.
Well, we'll see if those guys can step up in the postseason in a way that they have not in the regular season. All right, we're going to leave it there for now. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. And Phil, we'll be back tomorrow
Let's go.
at 2 o'clock to do a full-blown preview.
Tomorrow's the day. And then after that, after tomorrow, what is it? It's game time, baby.
Yep, don't have to wait long. Less than 48 hours from now. All right, we step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Will R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin find success in the run game? How will Vance Joseph slow down Josh Allen? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station starting at noon. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every